for it.
I'm a real tough kid, I can handle my shit. They said fake it, gotta fake it till you make it, and I did.
I'm just a terrible person, I guess.
Lights, camera, bitch. Even when you wanna die. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting more. With a broken heart.
Who's afraid of little old me?
Well, hello, everybody. I am Sara the Raging Tomato, bringing back Mod Monday's ugly sister. It's called Throwdown Thursday. So far, these have been pretty fun. We'll see what it turns into. I picked a kind of more calm topic tonight. I don't know how everybody feels about it, but I feel like, and maybe Primal Studies here can attest to this, I feel like a lot of content creators or even chatters and viewers need to take a freaking break sometimes because y'all turn into catty little crazy typhoons of nonsense and drama that if you don't take breaks, you turn out like that. And it's very obvious. What do you think, Primal?
Well, I think it's kind of like anything else in your life. If you spend enough time doing something, that something will start to irritate the hell out of you. At some point, if you do something every day for hours and hours a day, it kind of turns into a job and you kind of get annoyed by your coworkers a lot of time. Have you ever been annoyed by your coworkers, Sarah?
Maybe.
So when you start getting annoyed with your coworkers, what do?
You start to hate your job?
But what do you do so you don't like go in and go crazy on everybody every once in a while? Usually at least once or twice a year, people take one of these things.
You take PTO, you go on vacation and you turn your shit off and you never look back.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't it an amazing idea? Like we go to the beach, we go to the mountains, we go camping, we get away. We try to put these things away. Sometimes that's hard to do, but you do that. You go away for a week, 10 days, whatever it is, and then you feel better, you feel recharged, you feel rejuvenated, and then you can get back to it again. I think that people need to detox once in a while from these online spaces, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, any of these things. When we start living online, it starts to become just like your job at some point, and you gotta take a break.
And speaking of living online, let's do a little shout out. I'm gonna run through my run of show for the evening, and then we're gonna do roll call and see who's all here. I don't expect it to be a crazy night, or I don't know. That's what I said last Thursday. So who knows? Who knows? So tonight on the agenda, don't forget about our Clips channel. We're slowly building our Clips channel up. So if you could kindly do me a solid, if you haven't already, run over. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Run over and just hit the subscribe button. I promise I won't bother you a whole lot. I'm very slow and backed up on trying to get clips out over there. I owe you guys more time, but my time has been devoted to sports for the kiddos and bratty tomato needs and all sorts of different crazy things, and add 4 streams a week on top of that, add a 9 to 5 on top of that. And now you have yourself a whirlwind of a crazy schedule and not a whole lot of time to make clips. I might need to hire a clips person. And don't forget, gentlemen, especially since there's 96% of you viewing, don't forget you can interrupt the panel for $20 via either Cash App or Dono.
This message is sponsored in part by
Insert your name here. We love bringing the ladies, and yes, I owe you new ladies, but you guys seem to really like these ladies, so don't forget that is an option. For the evening, if you want to interrupt the panel with a sexy rear end jumping down off of a horse, bouncing up and down very slowly, or the ballerina girls, or the area, what's it called? Ariel, the lady on the
like the mermaid, like Little
Ariel,
Mermaid.
or we also have the butt shaking or butt rotating one, and then we also, for the ladies, we have the sexy firefighters, and I think I need to get you ladies some more because you have not really requested a whole lot of those yet. The men are buying them for you. So yeah, if you do $40 or $50, I'll just start playing them all, and it gets fun. Moderator Monday is set up. I've got all of my panelists set for it. We've got a great topic for you as well. We're going to be talking about conspiracies, whether they're good or bad for society as a whole. You'll see flow state. You'll see Mr. Slave being brought back to life. We're bringing him to this panel, folks. I'm super excited. We'll also have Jake from What Can You Do? And then also the Princess will be here as well. So that's your 4 panelists. We're going back to the hot seat style. It's going to be fun. So tune in for Moderator Monday. Expect to see that thumbnail up probably tomorrow. Speaking of thumbnails, I'm going to be putting one up tomorrow as well. I'm super excited to do this. I will be hosting and moderating a debate between Andrew Wilson and Undead Chronic this coming Sunday at 5 p.m. EST. I'm putting the ribbon down below for you as a kind reminder. The actual topic, and this will be, I find this one to be kind of comical, but the actual topic is Stepdads Are Cuckolds. So tune in live Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That one will be running. It'll be Andrew would go straight from that one to the Whatever podcast. So it'll be a nice little relay before he goes and tears up the OnlyFans girls. So it should be fun. You can tune in here on my stream. You can tune in on Andrew's stream. And I believe Undead Chronic will be streaming as well during it. So you can support all 3 channels in any different manner. But I'm super excited that one is locked in. Additionally, speaking of the Princess, who will be showing up on Moderator Monday, ladies, this message is for you. The Princess is looking for ladies for speed dating. So Crispy, we've got, are there any of the other ones in here tonight? I know Izzy, Lindsay Smith, Lauren, Jess, all of the ladies, please reach out to Princess. He is in our Discord server, and Princess, to you, if you want to drop something in the Discord server to kind of make a notification out to the ladies, but he needs ladies for speed dating. Now, if you tuned in this past Sunday, I was a part of it. We restreamed. It was a fun time. I like the way he runs his show. It turns into kind of a panel orientation. So you're not just going on and then leaving or anything like that. It kind of turns into a panel format, and everybody gets to add a little word in on the dates. So ladies, if you want to be a part of that, I highly recommend, and bring your other lady friends. It'll be super fun, and I'll be probably announcing that a couple times throughout the night for Princess. He's a great panelist. I love his show. He really has it on a good lockdown, and I expect big things from him in the future. So, ladies, get a part of that grift now and go have some fun. And roll call. Shout out to P Fletch dropping by early on, dropping the 20. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little lady for that.
This message is sponsored in part by...
This message is sponsored in part by... And then we have Uncle Gun's coming in with the pin with the win. Stay inside and enjoy the couch ride. Throw down. Run outside, touch grass, and tell them all to kiss your sassafras. Throw down. No matter which side you go, in the middle is a tomato. Yes, you got it. We love you, Uncle Guns. The pin with the win every time. Smoking Auditor stopping by. He's maybe a little too early, but either way, you're here now, I hope. Big Jake's Ranch stopping by to say hi. Chat, like, subscribe, subscribe. And let's see, Doug the Thug Fist coming in with his new name, the fat kid in Brazil. What about the people that are allergic to touching grass and prefer their computer chair to touch their ass? If I'd seen that sooner, that would have been the pin with the win. That's hilarious. Oh, Lord have mercy. Captain Kurt reacts. Hello to you. Tom Space, rumors and gossip starting now. Hi, Sparky. And there's Crispy Treat, my darling. I hope you reach out to Prances. I think you'd be a good person for his show because you're so cute and adorable, and everybody loves to love Crispy. You'd be fun speed dater. And Chuck in Tennessee stopping by as well. Hey, Chuck. Seagull, I need to detox. Yes, you all do. We all do. Austin Murphy, hello to you. Yahooligan, roll call. And guys, don't forget about Nightbot. Nightbot's got some jokes, but they also have some links. So follow Nightbot, do what they say, follow whatever they drop. Oh shit, I showed up at the most degenerate time. Yes, quite possibly. It's always degeneracy over here. We love it. Gorilla Biscuits, nice to see you too. Why are none of yours clips exclusive of step? Oh, hold on. We got this. We've got one for the ladies, John.
Tomato, fierce and red, juicy curves, far ahead.
This message is sponsored in part by...
There you go, John. That one's just for you. And Smoking Auditor gifted one membership. Who did this go to? Who's the lucky winner? I'd have to scroll up to see. Where'd it go? Austin Murphy, congratulations on winning the lottery. Enjoy your membership. Yes, holy gunpowder on that, right, Guns? You know what I'm saying here. It's gonna be crazy. Bandit, welcome back, my friend. What's the topic tonight? Back out and look at the topic on the thing. Come on now. And Smoking Auditor coming by with the $2. Don't forget to tap the like button. Yes, folks, please do that. We love it. Hi, James. Lux Shampoo, I haven't seen you before. You should get to know Primal Studies because Primal Studies loves shampoo. He uses it every night. It makes his hair grow great. It's beautiful. We love it.
You know, I spend so much time doing my hair that it's kind of painful. I don't know if anybody else has the condition where they have to go out to the store on like a bi-nightly basis to go get conditioner. But I don't know if you know, but if you have little hair, you need it to be extra soft. Because if your kids come up and rub your head and they scratch their hands, they're not going to be happy. They're going to say, "Daddy, you got the stubbly head going on here. You gotta use lots of the conditioner." So keep those super chats coming in for the conditioner fund.
For the conditioner fund, ladies and gentlemen, Primal actually told me. He said, "I'll be right there. I'm running behind. I gotta fix my hair."
I mean, guys, if you're gonna go bald, here's a pro tip. If you're going bald, just own it. You can make fun of it. You can joke about it. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's a little bit sad when all your hair starts falling into the drain, but you know, just lean in. Just lean into it. That's all you got to do.
Fair enough. And someone, that's what they put their name as, someone donated $5 on the Buy Me a Coffee fund. They said, "A drink for the tomato of rage." Yes, thank you. I shall enjoy. I did go and actually got a couple. I know it's not a sip and stream night, but Primal was having some Moscow Mules, and that made me thirsty. So I decided to join in. How many did you have?
Just two of the little ones, but I don't know if y'all have ever seen. I was at this bar, and where I was at, they had the giant fishbowl-sized Moscow Mule. So I got to chat with the bartender for about an hour. She was a lovely young college girl here in the college town of Iowa City, Iowa. If you've never been, you have to go. It's Iowa City, Iowa. It's actually a fun place to be. But I got to see this giant mug. And it was like, how many people take this thing on? She said, well, usually 8, but sometimes 6. I thought about, hey, on a Saturday, maybe on a sip and stream, that could be the plan. Fish
That would
bowls
be-
and soup and
Oh
sip
my
and stream.
God.
That could be a fun one.
That would be, I wouldn't even know how to end the stream by that point. I mean,
Well, you wouldn't. You would just have it on a timer, like somebody else would.
Right. I'll have to tap in my
You'd have a
admins.
chaperone. You'd have
Like,
a designated timer.
Just come in when it gets really bad. Just to hit end. Just hit end. And hello to you, Past. Welcome back. Glad you're here. Hi, Jake. Glad to see you as well. And Lauren. Let's see. Invisible Ray. No prisoners. Yes. Primal could beat me up. Could you beat up Seagull?
But I wouldn't. I would buy you. I was typing in the chat. I wouldn't bite you up. I'd say, let's go grab a beer. That's what I would do. I mean, unless you're an actual seagull, because actual seagulls are evil. They'll come and peck at you. They'll ruin your little beach lunch thing going on.
Oh my
God. If you're an actual seagull, we got problems. But I'm going to assume, since you're typing here on the internet, that you're not a literal seagull. So,
oh God.
Come on out. We'll grab a beer.
Did you see there was a pardon me, there was like a video of some kids who gave laxatives to a bunch of seagulls on the beach, and then they watched as everybody just scattered around because they were getting crapped on the whole time.
I mean, that's a shitty situation if I ever heard of one. I mean,
oh, it's great. Hello, Barry, and welcome back. The doggos are well. They're upstairs hanging out, being lazy little fatties like usual. Yeah, guys didn't make it. Michelle, actually, you might actually have fun. The speed dating on Process is way more fun, I think, and it's set up in a different aspect, and I think you'd enjoy it. And Chuck in Tennessee coming in with the 5. I love the way she says my name, Chuck in Tennessee. How's that for you? That make it better? Hopefully that made it better. And John Smith dropping the 5. Gonna tip here instead. Other option had a bit of a boo-boo. Here's for Raging Tomato Drinky Drink. Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate that. Do it again and she will say it even sexier. True. True, very true. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? I think I got all of you. Did I? Oh, yes, I did. It was in my prop box. It must have fallen off my desk and into the box, and I just never thought to look in there. But I found it the other night when I was sitting here, and I just happened to look down, and I saw my prop box. I'm like, that looks familiar. And I reached down, and I found the fucker. So, yes, thank you, James. Nobody came in unless you came in and put it back, because you've been honed in on that ring for a while asking me about it. I'm starting to really think you came in to my house and took the ring and then kept asking me about it and then finally came in and put it back. Hi, Tepesh. Welcome back, my friend. And Crackalacken. I didn't get you. I apologize. I'm just so used to seeing your name all over the place that I just forgot. I apologize. But I love you, Crackalacken. I was just saving the best for last. That's all. All right. So we got through all the exciting news. Again, 5 p.m. Sunday. I want everybody here. Andrew and Undead Chronic. I expect it to be quite the shit show. Definitely a shit show. But we'll see. Who knows? It should be fun at the very least. What do you think about that, Primal?
I think that's a pretty spicy duo to get matched up on screen. I don't know if they've ever interacted before, whether it was through DMs or through third parties or whatever. But I think that they're fairly opposite on a lot of issues. It's not like hey, we agree on 90% of stuff and let's debate the 10%. I think that I'm going to speculate they're pretty far apart on most things.
So I believe Undead Chronic is red-pilled, so they will find a lot of common ground there, which I'm banking on the common denominators. Like they'll be able to find a lot of agreement points, right? But the actual topic at hand is that stepdads are cuckolds. And how this occurred was via Twitter. They started a Twitter argument and couldn't like lock down a debate time or schedule or anything. And so I just kind of tapped in and said, "Hey, can I take over the logistics here?" And I was able to, set it up. And so now I'm excited for that. But I think at the end of the day, it all sounds like it's going to be a personal attack on Andrew, in terms of, because he is a stepdad. We're all very well aware of it. So we have to like be mindful of how this debate goes in terms of the personal versus like speaking in a more abstract direction. So yeah, Michelle's got me here. We have to set aside a few channel rules because we don't allow family attacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I feel like that's a crux of the argument, right? Like that's going right into the heart of your family, quote unquote. Other thing I'm curious. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, you could still make the argument without making it personal, though. You can speak in abstract, like how stepdads are, without attacking Andrew's wife or children all in the same factor. Like you could do it in a bigger picture mode and still make the same argument.
You can, but I don't predict it's going to go.
It's not going to happen.
Because here's the other question I have. You and Chronic, I've known, have been on panel before. And does that raise the question of, how did he perceive that offer as, well, Sarah's going to moderate it, but I've been on show with her and we didn't exactly see eye to eye.
Well, this was like 2 years ago. And
but people will hold on to that a little.
Well, I don't hold it because here's like Michelle and I, we've had conversations about this as well. Oh, well, hold on. Chuck in Tennessee wants to interrupt because he'd rather see the horse. Here you go, Chuck. This one's for you.
This message is sponsored in part by...
Thank you, Chuck.
Somebody said that there's a horse. I said, is there a girl? I mean, that's a big ass there. Like,
hi, Mom. I love you, Mom.
But yeah, you guys have kind of dealt with that portion of the question, because as a kind of outside observer to the situation, I'd be like, yeah, but like Sarah had this not so pleasant engagement with him sometime in the past.
But I've had similar dealings with Andrew, not quite as harmful, but still personal, personal attacks in that aspect. So I feel like it's fair game on both. Yeah. And I don't hold it necessarily against Undead Chronic. Like, these are his viewpoints and that's the hill that he'll die on. And what Michelle and I have like learned being in YouTube is when you take it personal, then you're taking it personal. You're going to let it bother you. But when you back away from it and you look at it more in an abstract picture and you look at it more as like, that's just their viewpoints and they're pushing them on you. It has nothing to do with you in and of itself. And when you remove yourself from the picture, it's like, oh, okay, that's just your opinion. Whether I agree with it or not doesn't matter. But that night that I had that interaction with Undead Chronic, like it hurt really bad. And I spent the next week like really thinking like, do I want to play online with all of these mean people? But then I got up, I put my big girl pants on and I said, never again will I take it personal. And I've moved away from that. And we've done a really good job of removing the personal stuff from the channel, like personal attacks, and allowing people to do those things. Because it's just, you can make the argument without attacking somebody personally.
Agreed. I guess what I want as a viewer of it to avoid is hey, there was this great debate, but then somebody comes back and said, well, the moderator was biased. I hope that doesn't get to be the thing.
Yeah, and when I emailed with Undead Chronic, I did say, I think I'm assuming he knows who I am, but I did say, we were on a panel once before, like it's funny in hindsight now. Overall, we had a good time, because it's funny when you look back at it, and I don't hold it against him. I wouldn't have, if I was holding on to it, I absolutely would not host that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's
no, this
something
isn't.
where
Yeah, this isn't really I'm not questioning your ability to be like a stand back third party. I'm just talking about like, hey, if let's say Andrew beats Chronic in this debate, I just don't want him to be like, oh, well, the moderator was biased.
well, and that's something that I own accountability to on screen, right? That's why when the whole Wilson and based Oracle thing happened, and I was like, this is on very clearly on screen. Like, if I show any type of bias, the crowd's going to call me out in and of itself. Like, they will do a very good job doing that if I show that. So that's why I wasn't really too concerned about airing out my personal
Yeah,
life, because
I
I
agree.
felt like if I know I can come into this on a neutral ground, then I like no flag should be raised because I know that I can do this with neutrality. Same thing goes with Undead Chronic. Like I don't think I have any bias against. If anything, like they're both on the same playing field with me because they've both kind of said some, stupid stuff to me
Things
here
that
and there,
were not,
right?
yeah.
Like, yeah, and I still have respect for both of them as content creators, and I've interacted with them both respectfully. I've engaged with them respectfully, and nobody's like, if like he hasn't questioned it, like if Undead Chronic felt like that was an issue, he would have red flagged it on the nose. And then also in addition, we have Michelle always on standby backstage. She sits back there and is kind of like a co-mod for me if I need a stand-in or if I need to step away to pee or something like that. But, if she feels like I'm doing anything that would be sided one way or the other, she can step in and let me know too. So,
Yeah, and again, like not a quote unquote questioning of your capacity to do it. It was more of the audience's perception if they knew that backstory. But if that's kind of laid out, then
yeah, number one, it's so old
agreed.
that I don't feel like it's like I don't think.
No, I wouldn't be like, hey, everybody, here's
yeah.
the backstory and the history. But there will be some people that know about it. But
For the record, Undead Chronic made me cry on panel. I think it was the only time I've ever cried on panel, but he made me cry. But like 3 margaritas and 2 bottles of Prosecco will do that to a girl. And with the types of things that he was saying to me, it would made me cry. It was sad. But we all got up and I like we were cool the next day. I think we were in was it Greg's chat the next day, and I apologized to him for the threats. And he was like, "It's good, we're good, we're all good."
Sarah wanted to go out and touch a little grass after that stream. Is what I'm hearing.
I did.
Yeah.
I had to go touch some grass after that because that really like that. I think
But that's a good jumping off point for this kind of discussion, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Let's take it from there.
What do you do? I mean, people piss you off here sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with that?
Well, the lessons learned, number one, I think we should not be taking things personally. We need to recognize certainly people are going to attack us on a personal level because that's what makes them happy, right? That's what floats their boat. Now, they obviously need to go touch grass because if you feel the need to attack somebody on a personal level and not the argument, then you are crossing lines, and you're crossing lines because you're so pent up and you're so worked up and you're too far into it. You need to back away and look at it and say, am I attacking a person or am I attacking an argument? And I think if everybody took that perspective of attack the argument, not the person, then I think we would have a lot better conversations. I think we would have a lot better interactions and engagements, and you probably wouldn't see as much drama going around.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of a double-edged sword because I think that it's a healthier discourse and the people having the discussion get more out of that. But also there's the element of give the people what they want too, right? So sometimes people just want the red meat or the drama or the whatever thing. So it's kind of hard sometimes to walk, in my opinion, to walk that balance of, hey, how personal do you get without becoming so personal that it's problematic? And that's kind of a fine line to walk sometimes, I feel like, because sometimes some people may think that their opponent is almost like the embodiment of the issue they're contending with. So they don't know how to go at it without attacking them. Almost, it's almost like they can't help themselves sometimes.
Well, like you run out of arguments too. I mean, how many of the same arguments have you had online? Like the same shit, different day kind of
there's probably 10 arguments in these spaces that repeat time and time and time again. Like all them single moms, they're a bunch of bitches, and all they want is your man juice and your child support payment. That's all they want from you. So if you plug in to my 95 course, I can tell you how to vet these bitches and hoes, and then you don't have to do those child support payments. Right?
Your face is so red.
I know. That was the red pill. Did you see the embodiment? That was the embodiment of the red pill coming up from my, lower third here and just rising up. That was all the testosterone of the red pill just getting up into there.
Oh my God. They get so worked up too. It cracks me up. Oh my God. Your red pill rage is like, I think, Primal, I think you should make it like a video series. Like either it's shorts, like 1 to 3 minute tops. But yeah, Primal went primal.
I kind of have this fun spoofing it because when you break it down, some of these arguments, and this isn't to like dogpile on the red pill stuff, because I think that some of it is good and helpful and promotes good ideas for young men to, go be in shape and try to make money and get a career and do more push-ups or whatever. I think those are all good and great. But sometimes people some of these people need to go touch grass when they're worshiping at the altar of Tate and they're saying, "Oh, Master Tate, come show me all the teachings of the world."
Master Tate. Not to be confused.
They Master Tate to Master Tate. You know what I mean? So when they're doing that, when they're Master Tating out there and it's getting to be too much, then they want to go touch some of that green stuff on the ground. So,
Oh yeah. No, it's classic. I forgot I have the wrong background set up here. Let's go wild tonight. Let's get a little wild. It's not gonna matter here in a little bit. And actually, Seagull says you two are for each other. Primal's heart is stolen by the lovely Ms. Studies. But then my heart is still saved for LFA. No matter what, it's always been there waiting patiently, very patiently. But yeah, thank you though. Would rather touch ass than grass. Yes, I think that's another key point. What do you think about that? Having actual
do both at the same time
in real life.
Ass in the grass. Like you got to watch out for the ticks though. So when you're done, you got to do a full thorough screening of the tick check. I don't know if you all have done tick checks before, but you need to do it. It'll save lives. You don't want Lyme's disease because that doesn't fuck around.
Oh my God. So what are your thoughts on as a content creator?
Whoa! Let's not put that pedestal too high here.
Well,
as somebody that occasionally makes videos and gets about five likes on them,
but you're still a content creator, and we have to take breaks, right? To some degree, and you take a lot of breaks, Primal. So, at what point? Like, do you know it's now maybe because this isn't your primary focus, right? Like for me, it's a secondary job, right? I look at this as a job. Like at what point though, do you say, I'll be back in a couple weeks?
Honestly, being in the position, like to your point, being in the position I'm in where it's kind of a hobby and a side thing and something I just like to do, it's kind of one of those things where if I just don't feel like doing it that day, I'll just push the stream out. And if I don't feel like the next day, I'll push the stream out. This is not how to be a good content creator, everybody. This is how to be a terrible content creator. I'm just letting you know. If you push your streams constantly, then you'll probably be in the sub 500 subscribers for like ever, for 3+ years. Just
how long have you been doing it?
Oh, probably at least 2 or 3 years now. And that's just how it goes. But for me, for what I want out of it, that's just fine. So it's, for me, it's about balance, and it's fun, and I want to do it. It's kind of like, it's an alternative to me, like watching a show or playing a video game or whatever.
Mhm.
I'll read an article, but the hard part about it, and you're very well aware of this, and any of the content creators, actually coming up with a topic and talking points for that topic, that's a lot of this work. So anybody can just throw on a video of something and be like, hey, let's watch this video together, and oh, that's wild, or oh, did you see that? Like, this very basically not adding anything to it. But to actually take something, whether it's a video or an article or a concept, and make your own content of it, that takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of, I don't know about you, but that just, honestly, I'll sit there and be like, oh man, I got to think about what I actually want to say about this topic so that I can sound halfway educated on it, and not like I'm bumbling through. Because what people don't want to see is somebody bumbling through something, looking like an idiot, and then people are not having a good time. So you're trying to entertain people, and I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but at the end of the day, there's a lot to it, and it takes a lot of energy. And when you start to feel tapped out creatively, that's when I'm like, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to take a few days off or a week off or whatever it might be. So some people's creative threshold is bigger than others, but I don't know. Like, I pose that back to you. Do you ever feel kind of like creatively like, man, I don't know what I'm going to talk about today?
Well, I'm grateful because two minds put together makes one amazing one, and I have Michelle as my pair. So for Mod Monday, like, I messaged her the other day and I said, I need a strong topic for next Monday. What do you got? And she's come up with all of the topics for our Mod Mondays. Now, like, I'm piecing this together and putting together like the videos and the thumbnails and all of that other crap. But that for debates was always my issue, was piecing together the topic that would be a good enough topic that is controversial enough, but not too off the wall, and something that we can find panelists who would be willing to have the conversation. And Michelle, yeah, she gets stoned. She gets stoned and she thinks of things, and she has a little notepad in our collaborative notepad. She writes it down, and we just get this long list feeding of different topics, and she's really great at it. And then I just kind of carry the rest along with that. And she's really she's phenomenal. I Mod Mondays would not happen without Michelle. Mod Mondays originally started with just like, I just put on a show and open the panel and see what happens, and it was just kind of meant for a place where people can come and start talking shit to each other or get on their own topic and whatever. And then I told Michelle, I said, I want to structure it. I want to format it. I just need the topics. And she had me there. So I think having a pair, having two people where you each have your pieces will help. But outside of that, like Thursday nights, Sunday and Saturdays, like those are child's play for me. Like coming up with the content, usually I see something, I run into something, or I see stuff happening, and I just kind of like piece it all together. And I'm like, let's see what happens. If it's a bomb, like if it doesn't work out well, whatever, like what did I lose? Does
that bother you if let's say you do a video that doesn't do well? Like, I get sad if I make a video or I do a stream, and like in my mind, the number is, and this will seem silly, but the number is 100. If I get 100 views, I feel like, all right, cool. Like, I won. I did a good job. Do you get kind of bummed out a little bit if you're like, hey,
Not
this video,
anymore.
I thought it was like, you're like, oh, I have this really good topic, or I have this really good idea, and then people just don't connect with it for whatever reason. Does that kind of like get at you a little bit? Because it makes me sad.
It used to, but the further I come, and the more I've learned to understand analytics and how YouTube operates and how people operate, the more I'm like, okay, if it's clickbaity, like last Thursday, I labeled it crybaby, content creators that are big babies on the internet, whatever. I knew that one was going to pull people who want to laugh about other people. I knew it was going to do that. This topic, like, I 100% know it's not going to be, people aren't going to walk by and be like, oh yeah, that's totally sounds dramatic and crazy, let's do it. Like, I'm fully aware that that's not gonna happen, but it was something that I wanted to talk about, and, you know, and it was like, this will be fun, nice, easy topic, easy conversation, totally relatable, but not an eye popper for people. Like, people aren't gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be a drama stream." But I take my wins along with my losses. And by that I said, just like I just said, okay, we've got the Undead Chronic and Andrew Wilson debate coming up Sunday. That's a win for me, and I will take that. I know that's going to capture a lot of viewers. I'm still getting comments and views on the Andrew Wilson based Oracle debate. They're still watching it.
Isn't that wild? From what, like 3 months ago?
Yeah, that was like June, July, something like that. Yeah, they're still, I mean, literally every day, still watching it, still commenting on it. My interview.
Do you have your YouTube settings like where you stop getting the notifications? Because I in one of those videos, you're like, oh my gosh, I have like 1,800 notifications.
They're like shortly after, of course, like the next few days after that, the comments and the DMs and everything were kind of blowing out of proportion. And a lot of it had to do with like, you fucking the moderator, you know, like that was obscene.
The clips from some of that are just like,
yeah. But outside of that, it wasn't so bad. Like I still took it as a win, and it's still moving, and it's still, you know, like it's still accumulating ad revenue. So like you take your big stuff and you know, you pat yourself on the back and you're like, okay, but for every big one, you got to have a few small ones. And what it does though, is you're still accumulating new people with new topics. You're still accumulating a new network. You're still opening up your panel and letting people come on and have their opinions. And the small panels, the big panels, the crazy shows, the simple shows, they all feed into one simple goal. And my goal is to connect communities together all on one screen. And that's where we're winning. So we're going to take the good with the bad, the loss with the wins, so on and so forth. And we're going to have a good time with it and figure out, you know, where to go from there.
So speaking of kind of keeping your battery full in terms of the YouTube spaces and whatnot, I know we joke around and we say go touch grass, but I think something else that also keeps your battery full is having a stream that you felt really good about, right? Mm-hmm. So in the while that, you know, in the past, whatever, I feel like you've kind of really been surging the past 6 months or so in kind of like getting it going. What would you say that you felt like the biggest stream or the couple biggest streams you walked, or maybe not even biggest, but the ones you were like, man, that was a good one? Like, do you have any of that in mind off the top of your head? Like 2 or 3 where like that one was good?
So our moderator Mondays have consistently been very solid. We've had a few duds, which we knew going into it. We're like, this is going to be a dud, but we want it to be a dud because we need an easy night. You know, Michelle and I, like last Mod Monday was like, we're calling this our exhausted stream because Michelle and I were so exhausted. We're like, let's not even put a panel together. Let's just open it up and see what happens. And it was still fun, you know, but all of the other Mod Mondays, the bulk of them, have performed incredibly well. And we've had a lot of different people. We're still bringing back some of the same people, but we're trying not to continue doing that. So we're introducing new people left and right. Like we had Tiki Tack. Tiki Tack is new to our show in terms of the people. Like we know Tiki Tack, but he's new to our panel. John Smith is a new one I'd like to see on Mod Mondays, and several others. But we brought Iridium Kush. We've got MGTOW on here, you know, and that's, again, like you have to look at what the goal is. The goal for us is tying different communities together, and Mod Mondays, we're doing that with our panels. We're pulling in, you know, different people from completely different communities and putting them all on one screen, and we're like, go. And to me, that is success. The fact that we can get them all to sit down and have a conversation, agree, disagree, find, you know, contention points and so on and so forth. And that's a win. But our Mod Mondays, they keep getting better and better. And I'm just going to keep doing one of these, you know, every week.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So to that point, you're bringing together these different communities, which I think is awesome because you get, you know, I've seen the vinyl community, I've seen the red pill, I've seen black pill, I've seen, you know, the debate sphere, the blood sport, all these different things come together. tying that into the original topic, have you seen a trend of any particular group where you're like, all right, you guys really are the ones that need to touch grass? Like, and it's just like there's an overwhelming like, all right, these red pill dudes, they need to go touch grass a lot, or insert whatever. Or does everywhere kind of have those people to some degree, I guess?
Yeah, Michelle's adding in. We hit the sperm
What's-
donor
Oh
community.
yeah,
too.
that was really
Yeah.
entertaining.
That was Michelle. Michelle like brought all. She's like, girl, you got to check
right.
this out.
So I like. I don't really necessarily agree with Hung Love's doing out there, but the fact that he just sat up there like this shitty used car salesman and just had this big ass smile on his face, and the fact that his online name is Hung Low. I'm sorry, but if you're a sperm donor and your name is Hung Low, you got to appreciate the hustle at least.
Yes.
So
yes, the hustle and bustle on that one for sure. Yeah. So I think that. I think the vinyl community probably needs to touch a lot of grass, and everybody has, I'm going to say it for everybody in different aspects, right? Vinyl community needs to touch grass because they're all a little too sucked into the YouTube, and they get caught up in their little drama flares, right? It's like watching them is like watching a high school cafeteria, and you can just pinpoint the meanies, the smarties, the jocks, the this, that, and you can just see it go back and forth. And so I think that they need to tap in terms of like getting away from the drama. Red pill, black pill, MGTOW, like all of the manosphere people, they need to touch grass by way of they actually need to go out and interact with people in real life, because a lot of these people are sucking in so much of this content that they actually don't know how real people interact in the real world anymore. They've lost sight of that, and they're just so sucked into whatever they're told of how people are, how women are, how men are, how single moms, you know, stepdaddies, whatever. Like they get sucked into it so hard, they forget what reality is like. They actually need to take the red pill and get out of the matrix. You know, the debate community, I would say they need to like go out and touch grass, because they get so sucked into their arguments and they get so heated and too far into the idea of like, I want blood. The perfect example of that would be Jake from VO whatever it is. Like he's so hell-bent on presenting a certain way that he forgets that that's not how people actually communicate, right? Like we don't just go around yelling at people. It's that, like, I know you see that as clickbait stuff. You're watching like clips of things in the moment where people are yelling at each other, but that's not how, like, you know, you and I could find a disagreement right now, but we're not just going to start, well, fuck you, Primal. Like, we're not going to just start yelling at people.
I don't know. You haven't sat down and had a drink with me at a bar yet. So just wait.
Cheers to you, Primal. But like, you know, it doesn't start off with just yelling and throwing insults. That's not how you gain some or harness somebody's attention to have the conversation. Now, if somebody becomes an asshole back, you know, then maybe you scoot it up, but you don't start conversations that way. And people that are in that arena where they want to be blood sport, they want to be like clippable and all of these things, like they forget that this isn't how normal. And when you do it, it just looks stupid. Like you look too thirsty for attention, and it's just not making any. It's like, bro, sit down. Like we're just talking. Relax. You're coming out of the gate a little too strong. And I think that's it. I think that's like the bulk of them all.
The panel verse is the new one to me. Of like,
okay,
there's like a whole group of people that
there is like
they're not red pill, they're not vinyl, like their whole thing is I want to go online and talk to people, kind of like the old days of the AOL chat rooms, if anybody's old enough to remember that. That's what the panel verse is.
So the panel verse, I would say, kind of would be similar to what I would consider the vinyl community. They get so sucked into the drama of each other, and you'll see it in messages on Discords, or people are messaging you like, did you see what such and such said about such and such? You know, and they're so I would say high school cafeteria, but it's actually even worse. It's like middle school girls that's what the panel verse is a bunch of middle, like Flow State's channel is very drama oriented. Mel Pandora, Resto Chesto, like that crew, the panel verse people, and those are just some topical examples. It goes deeper, but they are all incredibly drama driven, to where they feed into it and they love it. Now, and I'm not saying we don't have our drama here, but we don't really hone in on people drama. We hone in on like let them argue their argument type of drama. Like we don't follow like who said what to who and who's hanging out in whose panel and who's in whose chat and who said what in this, and it's just not our style. But the bulk of the panel verse, I would say, sits in that arena. And they need to touch grass and realize like nobody actually gives a fuck about what anybody thinks about you or anybody else.
Because in some of these groups that I've been all over the internet. I like to kind of go around from group to group and at least observe and see what's going on. And for some people, tying it back to the thing, like they'll be on panels all day.
Mm-hmm.
Legit all day. Like,
all
legit
day.
all day. And I'm not trying to like be mean or anything, but how do they balance out the rest of their life if they're on panel all day?
I don't know. And usually I can get away with like being in a chat. If it's like, while I'm at work or something like that, I can listen with my earbuds and say a few things in the chat here and there. I'm mostly like not paying attention to the chat, but just kind of listening a little here and there to different shows. And that makes it fun, but I couldn't like usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my like off YouTube days. And I'll only participate in certain channels, only watch certain shows, because it is drama free. It is simple. It's like easy to, easy going or whatever. And I know it's not going to be like too crazy. But I don't know how people actually like go from panel to panel to panel to panel or stay on one panel all day, and then stream later. That I don't get it. I don't understand it, but it's not like it would not do me well to live like that.
And I can get the idea of, hey, you threw on YouTube in the background and you're doing other stuff. You're at work or you're whatever, and you're kind of watching it in the background and maybe you're commenting and doing that kind of thing. But I'm talking about, like, to your point, the people that are up there on the panel, engaging in the panel for like 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. It just blows my mind. I'm just kind of wondering how do they do the rest of their life stuff with all that too?
Oh, I don't know. It absolutely behooves me to think, like, especially people that I know that will panel and panel and panel and panel, and then they're in somebody's chat, and then they're in this chat, and then they're in that chat, and it's like, when do you sleep, dude? I mean, I know we have our moments, like Michelle and I will be in certain chats or doing this or doing that, or we're like sharing information, but like, how do these people live? I have no idea.
And
how do you make a living?
Where do they touch grass? Like,
they're not touching. You're chronically online.
And that's the thing, right? That's the thing of people needing to touch grass. If you're chronically online, if you're like getting up in the morning and be like, I got to hop on panel, I got to do this, I got to do that, man, just take a break. Like, go detox for a day or two. It'll really help your health, your mental health.
It does. I even went as far as like actually turning off my notifications for all shows, with exception to like a few favorites like Neve. I always have her notifications on because she's not always consistent too. But otherwise, like if I'm, like getting some work done and I'm like, oh, I wonder if anybody's on, I'll put my earbuds in, and I'll search who's live based on my subscriptions, and I get to choose when I want to get online. I don't have a little, notification saying such and such is live, so I think that's another important part to it, is ensuring, like, is your YouTube telling you when to get online, or are you choosing when you want to get online? But keep the notification bell on for my show.
I mean, the YouTube's smart. It knows how to suck people in. It is like they have experts in this, just like what was the thing? Candy Crush? Like just one more level. Like they have people that specialize in getting you to click the button, because at the end of the day, for YouTube, they make money when people click the buttons, right? So you get on and you see an advertisement, and YouTube gets paid in some form or fashion,
Yeah.
which is great and good. But
Yeah.
the more they can get you to do that, the better for them. And at some point, like, hey, you gotta just take a minute for you.
I think that I think as a society, as an online society, right? I think that we forget that we live in the real world, and I think we have to recognize, like, a lot of us have online friends. That's what I like to call them. I'm going to play with my online friends, and we have built up repertoire. We have built up relationships with them. We have associates, kind of coworkers, people we interact with, people we engage with. Some people I have their phone numbers, some people I have them on DMs. Some people I interact with almost daily, and that's one thing or another. But at what point do you like recognize this is an online community, and in order to shut it off, you actually have to shut off the online? It's okay to make friends, it's okay to make enemies, it's okay. Like, Michelle and I met online. Like, her and I met in the Playing with Fire chat, and now she's helping me with my channel, like, and she's a part of it, and we're growing this together now. And it's a total major shift in things. I would have never imagined, like, meeting someone online and being like, I've never even met her in person.
Isn't that wild?
It's
Isn't that
so
wild that
wild.
you can develop like such a close thing with somebody and be like effectively business partners,
Mhm.
and actually have never like sat in the same room as that person? Isn't that wild?
Exactly. But it will be a great hug.
Yes, I
It's going to
agree.
be
And
the biggest
hopefully,
hug
and I
ever.
think that's an important thing to do with this at some point, is if you like really, really connect with some of these people,
Mhm.
then at some point you have a beer with them or whatever the case may be.
Well, and I wouldn't even be opposed to, like, meeting up with a few people. Like Neo, I was able to run into Neo up in New York, and have a drink with him, and give him a big old hug. And I was like, oh my God, like, I've been dying to meet him in person. And I'm totally not opposed to that with certain people. There's a lot of people that I
Well,
would
yeah.
never want to run into, even at the grocery store. But like, I recognize Michelle was on the same alignment with me in terms of, like, my goals for the channel, and she sees the same thing I see, and we're working. And she's kind of been there since the beginning. Like, even the News from the Manosphere video, she was one of my laugh testers, and really helped with the concepts. And, oh, did you look at this? Oh, did you look at that? And she's been there since the beginning. So why wouldn't she feel invested at this point? And now that she's investing her time, like, she, like, it's not left unnoticed or nor unappreciated. She's very well taken care of and loved. But I think that going forward, because of, like, our online networks and the people that we know, and our understanding of how other channels operate, and other people and other viewers and other whatever, it just helps. It helps make it work. So when you find somebody that you can kind of team up with, who has the same understanding and different types of networks as well, it makes it work. So,
I mean, that's kind of an emulation of real life too, in
Mhm.
terms of you don't meet people every day that are going to be kind of on the same mission as you, or have the same values as you, or care about the same things. So if you
Mhm.
find people like that, whether it's online or in real life, you kind of like develop friendships with them over time, and then sometimes those come into business partnerships or whatever else it might be. So I
Mhm.
mean, that's awesome. That's good stuff. And to your point, you laugh about it, but any of the guys in the chat that have had like Xbox back in the day, I'm sure there was somebody on your Xbox friends list that you played, Halo with every day for years, for 2 or 3 years, at whatever 8 o'clock at night, and you played with them for an hour or two, and then like one day they just weren't there anymore, and then in the
Oh
back of your
God.
mind, and then they were just gone, and you didn't
Yeah.
think about it. But now that you think about it, you're like, man, I wonder whatever happened to Jimmy. Like I used to play and literally talk with this person for like an hour every day playing a game. And then you look back and you're like, man, I wonder what happened to Jimmy. At least with this, there's like a little bit more of a, permanent connection, if you will, in terms of find your channel and all that kind of stuff. But that's that's not a new thing. Like I know.
But you even have that with your chatters. You even have that with your chatters. Like if somebody steps in and you're like, oh my God, where have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Like with your chat, or even like other channels, other people, like for instance, LFA, I'll use it as like he disappeared for quite a few months. And then he popped on panel the other night. And we were all like, oh my God, you're here. Where have you been?
Isn't that the beauty of going away and touching grass for a little bit, is you kind of get to come back and people are like, hey, we missed you. That is a cool part about taking a break, is you can kind of be like, hey guys, I'm going to be gone for a little bit, but I'll see you when I come back. And then the community kind of keeps doing its thing, but then you kind of quote unquote come home and everybody's like, we missed you. Tell me what you've been up to. Tell me about what you've been doing. So there's something cool to that in terms of, if you develop a community that you can come back to later, it's okay to go away and touch grass for a little bit. You're not gonna be like cast out. Like people will do stuff and you'll have to get caught up on all the events later. But if you're part of this little community, don't be afraid you're gonna miss something awesome if you need to take care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, then eventually you're gonna maybe not do well, and then you won't be around at all.
Yeah. What would you do if somebody recognized you in the real, you're at Target looking for some shampoo and somebody walks by you and they're like, Primal Studies? Is that you?
And I'd be like who? Me? I'd be like, do you want the red pill rage, or do you want me to get a ducky robe? Because we could go either way with this. So I don't know. Like, I think it's interesting to meet people. It's funny. There's been a couple online people that I've known in real life before they were like YouTube people, and seeing people react to them, and they're like a celebrity figure kind of quasi, and then you're like, oh, that's just Johnny, and to you they're just Johnny, but they have 20,000 subs or 50,000 subs or whatever. Right. You're like, hey man, like that's just my friend Johnny. It's just kind of interesting. I don't know. It would be kind of surreal, I guess, in a way, if somebody came out and like, you're Sarah the Raging Tomato, and you're like, I am. Like, I think it would be like I think you'd be like, well, I'm just Sarah. I think that's probably how you would take it, I guess.
Well, okay, it would depend on, do I have my kids with me when I'm being noticed, or am I solo? Because that would differentiate how I would respond. Yeah. Because if I had my kids with me, I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know you. Because I don't want my kids' faces, out there.
In that, yeah.
And are they going to try and take a picture? Are they going to try and, say something or whatever? And that's a scary thought. But if I'm just out by myself or whatever, and somebody's like, oh my God, are you Sarah? Like Sarah? Then I'd be like, oh my God, like somebody reckon, like this is so fun.
You've made it at that point, right?
That would be crazy to be recognized out. I missed that. Did you say you were recognized somewhere out?
No, I'm not important enough yet, but it's on my bucket list. I've been recognized for other things, but not for the Raging Tomato.
Oh, well,
I'm famous in other ways.
Yes.
I'm curious about, I see say Lou in there, and they feel like you are best friends, but you don't know them at all. I feel like that would be the hard part, is meeting somebody that was quote unquote a fan, but not somebody you had like interacted with. Like, hey, we've talked on panel for hours or whatever. I kind of know you a bit. But if it's somebody that knows a ton about you, but you don't know anything about them, that would
Mhm.
be weird for me. In terms
That's
of
not
like
their
the
social
interaction.
relationship. Yeah.
So yeah, and we did have a great. You've got a little feedback, Crispy. Just by the way, we did have the parasocial relationship conversation. We had a whole stream about that, and it does get weird because there's 100 of you and one of me, right? So my ability to keep up with all of you, like that's why I always like if to do roll call to see new names and ask them where they came from and or how they got to know us or things like that, and I try to interact accordingly, and you can recognize people's styles of writing, so on and so forth, and things that they kind of how they interact with the rest of the chat, and you find out where the spats are and who enjoys hanging with who and who's kind of from the same community or whatever. So I do like to pay attention to that, but I have a feeling that eventually it'll get to a point where I'm not going to be able to keep up with all of that. And you guys are all going to be grandfathered in as like, these are my like loyal people who have been here since the beginning, and Don Juan's definitely, I hope and pray one day I run into Don Juan out in person because that would be like, let me shake your hand, Don Juan, Mr. Aquinas himself. Coming in with $1.99, he says, Millionaire Bachelor 3, Fedru 0, mansions, that is. I think the chat to what I heard, though, is, yeah, the apartment in Philly mansions. Michelle was able to keep on that stream. So Andrew was doing a chill stream reacting to the Millionaire Bachelor talking smack about Andrew. And the Millionaire Bachelor actually came on, and I believe the camera angle that he was showing some type of mural on some wall, and the chat was able to go and Google images, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real thing. That's why I stream with a regular background, but said something along the way of the chat called him out saying, nope, that's actually like a certain spot in Philly, yada, yada, yada. Like, you don't live in New York City. You're not on, the penthouse suite, whatever he said. So I think he was called out for that. I'm not sure, but I think it was too close to doxing. So we won't go dive deep into that at all, but whatever the case. And yes, Don Juan asking again, Undead Chronic is debating him? No way. Yes. Tune in this Sunday at 5 p.m. We will be here live with Andrew Wilson and Undead Chronic. The topic will be stepdads are cuckolds. So I'm excited for that. It should be fun. Who would you want to meet in person? What content creator would you want to meet in person?
I think
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
to meet Flo in person, probably.
I foresee meeting Flo because he lives out in Kansas City. I believe he's on the Kansas side, but my mom's on the Missouri side. So I foresee like the next time I go to visit my mom will be hi Dawson.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. I foresee the next time I go to visit my mom, I'll be able to like go tap in and say hi to Flo over there.
Yeah, I'd love to go or hang out with him and Mrs. Flo. I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hang out with you too, Sarah. So I should have gone when Joe Cool came to visit me, like he does all of his tours and goes around the entire country and visits everybody.
He didn't come to Maryland to get a sandwich, though.
I know. Well,
unacceptable.
He came and then he went straight to, he left me and then went straight to Flo's, and I had work, or else I should have gone though. I was thinking to myself, I could have arranged it and could have gone and hung out, but I didn't.
What state are you in, Crispy? Or if you want to say.
Yeah, I'm in the Midwest.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to text me later because you might be on my list of places to drop by.
Yeah.
What about you, Primal? Who would you meet up with?
There's so many. I pulled up like my subscriber list and I was just running down it real quick. You know who I haven't seen in a long time? I just haven't popped onto his stream. You know him, QB. I'd be curious.
Oh, QB.
I think like as I'm scrolling down my list real quick, he was the first name I ran across that I was like, I would party with QB. Like, I think QB would be a hilarious time, and it would just be fun. Like, that's the first name that popped out to me that I saw. So I'll say that I'd love to hang out with QB at some point.
Yeah, that would be. I think QB would be a really fun one to hang out with.
Agreed.
He's pretty chill. How about you, Dawson?
I kind of like running back better than QB.
I see what he did there.
Let's go Ravens.
Ew.
I had a
I'm a Marylander and I hate the Ravens.
aw.
Damn. Go Eagles.
Ugh.
That's my team.
I had
Aw.
a person that I was just a chatter in her stream, and I was a moderator for a while, and she said something, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it just I think she was from my town, and she just lived like maybe 5 minutes away from me.
Oh my god. Do you guys
Yeah.
like grab a
So, like,
coffee
yeah,
on a
we
daily
hung out.
basis?
We've hung out a bunch of times. Yeah.
Aw, that's so I love that. Midlife Bro Logic, who I was yelling at earlier, he's actually down in Baltimore. He's probably like 30 minutes from me. I could go have this
Oh, you're
argument in
kidding.
person.
He'd be like, that woman coming down telling me
know,
what to do.
that child supporting. Yeah.
I know, but considering if he's in Baltimore, I understand why he has that thought process. And Don One coming with the $4.99. He owns the whole block, Michelle. He also owns one in DC and NYC, but Fedru didn't show the deeds. MB did. By the way, you can buy your iDocs Fedru shirt from MB. Whew. Sometimes you're
lot.
hard to read, Don One. And then coming in with the $1.99 again from MB, Wilson is invited to come and see. Well, if he's got places in DC and NYC, that's all conveniently located to my backyard. I will happily go and check out the Millionaire Bachelor's pads with a bouncer.
Sarah,
and,
you're not even.
and to
I
confirm,
don't even buy it. Listen, I've said it before that rich screams, millionaire or wealth whispers. This guy, I mean, just his name alone says he's full of shit.
oh, I know that.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'd go with my bouncers, because I have a whole lot of popos on my side that I can gladly say, I need you to escort me properly, please, to go and inquire for the crowd.
I would be so nervous for you to even do that, but I'm gonna drop.
I have
my son and get another device here.
Okay, fair
Okay.
enough.
All
Love
right.
you. No, I have enough. I have DC Popo friends. Do I have any New York Popos? You know what? I'll bet through the other one I could get a New York escort as well. So that wouldn't even be a thought process for me. But yeah. And-
Maxton knows a few.
the whole Maxa. Dumb one.
Like, say what you would. I think meeting him would be off the chain hilarious. I think it would
Okay,
be hilarious.
so Ashley, I remember Ashley was going to do this, and Michelle and I were like, "No, you're not allowed." And that's only because, like, at that time, we didn't really know the Hormaxer, but like now in hindsight, like I feel like in public, no, I would not ever recommend going back to anybody's room or anything private or anything like that. But I think like having a dinner with him and having another friend with you would be absolutely harmless. Now you'd probably have to buy his dinner, right?
No, but you met you're saying, excuse me, you met Base privately. What's the difference between Base and Hormaxer? They're both losers.
Well, the Hormaxer talks about doing things to no holes. So
Oh my goodness.
whole nother
no.
ball game. But a Don one coming with $1.99. Of course, I'm hard to read, Sarah. So is Aquinas. Yes. And Primal, you can meet him at Chicas Bonitas in Vegas.
Those are pretty women. That's what I need. That's what I know. My Spanish is terrible.
Meet him
but
Primal, meet him at a swing club. Meet him at a swing club in Vegas.
I don't know if I'd want to go. I don't know if I'd want to go to the swing club, but I tell you what, I would sit down and have a drink with the Mr. Maxer and just want to hear his story. I think it would be hilarious.
I think one-on-one with Hormaxer would actually be not that bad.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I think he would. I think he would actually be like a decent person to sit down and chat with. Like I really do.
Torsia labeled it after the speed dating Sunday night. After I had hopped off, she said, I'm coming to think that Sara might be the Hormaxer whisperer because she can kind of get him to calm down. And I thought about it for a minute and I was like, oh my God, she might be right.
You know? She is right. That is true. I've not ever seen him as calm as as he is with you. Yeah.
Well, I think because I've dealt with him enough. Like ew, stop that, Spicoli. Stop that. Not everybody needs to fuck everybody, okay?
Not according to Hormaxer.
Good point.
You read my mind, Spicoli, about based.
Not according to him. Thank you, Brian.
You know, I think that a lot of people play a bit of a character in these spaces and they amp up a little bit of what they are. But I think if you actually sat down with them and had a real conversation and were just chilling, I think people would be, I'm going to give people the benefit of the doubt. I think they would be better in person than they are online sometimes, if you have a negative perception of them.
In public, I think, too.
Yeah. That's the caveat. Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the person. I think some people in person are going to be worse than actually online. It depends, you know?
I think believe that. I agree with that, Spicoli. I don't think everybody is I think we all have some piece of an online persona versus our actual like our who we are, but I also believe that a big portion of who we are comes out, you know, in a percentile on screen. And Don Juan coming in with $1.99, pumping vinyl, hating, LOL. What a lame, like Spigoli. Thank you, Don Juan. And I think Don Juan, hold on, I think Don Juan's earned himself a video. I'm pretty sure at this point.
Yo. Excuse me.
This message is sponsored in part by...
I love that.
Everybody
shuts up because they have to.
Sara, are you agreeing with me about some people that you meet in person are going to be worse off? Is this quote unquote based on your experience?
No, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. And
like, why are you so obsessed with that?
Spicoli, I think you need to recognize. I tuned into your loyalty video for all of.
Oh, did you? No, it was called Betrayal. It was called Betrayal.
No, you kept calling it the loyalty video.
Was it loyalty?
Rewind.
I thought it was,
but anyway,
no, it's called Betrayal.
You let me talk, Spicoli. I listened for at least like the first maybe 2 minutes, and I recognized that you are missing so much information. And the reason why you're missing so much information is because you are not part of the people, right? You are not me, Ashley, or Base. You don't know the crux of everything. You don't know the full details. All you know is the topical, what is on. You're not getting the big picture because you're not understanding the small picture or the details. You know nothing about anything.
Well, that's why I'm inquiring and asking you. You're actually right.
Taking little clips. And
well, then how did I even know about it unless somebody mentioned it to me? I wouldn't know about it.
What I'm saying, though, is all you know is what has been delivered on screen. And you don't...
Exactly, and I'd like to know more.
You weren't there.
I know I wasn't there. Why do you think, Sara, I'm asking you?
I'm not going to tell you, though, Spicoli.
I'm just kidding.
I don't care. You're tapping into my personal relationship with two people.
Like, why are you like that? I mean, it obviously.
I care because I think it hurt.
To talk about.
I think Taper was hurt by it. That's why I care.
You know, well,
why would Taper be hurt by it?
So just be nice and not get into her personal life. She deserves to have a personal life, right? and it's not everybody's business.
Sorry
So-
if I triggered you. No, I'm just
Well,
saying. First of all, look. Let me rephrase this. She was
Spicoli
10
needs to
times
touch
too.
grass.
She was 10 times too good for the dude anyway. He's a complete fucking LARPing loser.
Okay.
So the fact that he's not with him is actually a good fucking thing.
Okay,
So
well then you know.
But
then,
you
yeah.
know nothing about that relationship and what it did for me, Spicoli. You don't know what my needs are. You know nothing about my personal life. You know nothing
I
about
don't
like
want to
my.
know what your needs. Wait, believe me, I don't want to know what your needs are. I'm just
Well,
saying.
then
Hey,
why
look,
do
why are
you
you
care?
criticizing me? I'm telling you, you were too good for the dude.
Okay,
I'm
well then,
telling
why,
you,
then
you were 10 times too. Wait, and you're not good enough for me, but
Can somebody
you
please
were 10 times.
mansplain it? I
You
don't.
were too good for him. How can you
Primal,
criticize me
Primal,
for
I know
coming
you're
on
eating
here?
right now. Do you have a mansplanation for Spicoli on this? Maybe something.
I don't know. Like, what? At some point, what do you do with that then, Spicoli? I guess that's my question. Is if Sarah was like, okay, here's all the details of everything, and then what?
Well, here's the thing. I think. Well, it's none of my. Look. If she wants to talk about, look, I'm going to respect her business. I know as much as I know. If she doesn't want me to know anymore, I'm not going to sit here and pry. I'm not like a CIA operative. I don't care that much. I'm just curious, But I'm not going to sit here and, mail her. I mean,
you
I'm
like
not
to be
going to
up
like.
here though, right? You like to be up on her stream, and you and every time you talk about these personal
Hey,
things,
hey,
you get thrown off.
Is it your period? Is it your time of the month or
No,
something?
hold on.
You're
Okay,
awfully-
so
If
Anarchy
it's not your
Television comes
period,
in.
then I hate to be
Shut
around
up,
you on your
Spicoli.
period. If
Shut up,
it's not your
Spicoli.
period, if you're just bitching,
Well,
it's not your period. Thank God,
okay,
I wouldn't want to be around you on your period.
Spicoli,
Anyway,
relax.
Sarah, let me
Relax
relax.
for a
I
second.
got to get
Here's a
going. I
great
got to go out.
point. I want you
It's
to
a good
listen to
point.
this point here, okay? Anarchy
Yeah.
Television says privacy is only dead to some people because they put all their dirty laundry on the internet and then get pissed off when people start digging through their dirty laundry. Yes. However, I never put any of this out there. Other people did it on my behalf. Right?
Okay.
So that's
Right.
another point to consider. And this is
But I
something
didn't
that
do
like
it. I
I
didn't put it out
value.
there.
Shut up for a second, Spicoli. I valued my privacy on that personal matter. Certainly there were clues
Okay.
and things that people were piecing together, but never once did I up until after it was already thrown out there, never once did I say anything about it. Did I tell anybody about it? So on and so forth and so on and so forth. But other people did it for me. And then now
Right.
I'm met with answering to other people airing out my personal life, which we
Right,
all
but-
know is not right in these online
It's not.
communities.
And
We all
I'm
know
sorry
it's
that
not.
I even found out about it, but it was thrown in my
But
face. Somehow there's a video
if
made
you're
of it. I
so
didn't.
sorry, Spicoli, if you're so sorry that you even heard about it, and I've already had kind of a one-to-one with you explaining to you how this
Yeah.
kind of hurts, right? Because this is the one thing that I valued to keep private and my
Okay.
feelings on the matter and so on and so forth. But
All
yet
right.
every
I won't
time you
mention
end
it
up
again.
on
I
hold
promise
on,
you I will never
every
bring it up
time you
again.
end up on here, you bring it up and you just dig up old wounds
I
and make me
won't
want to
anymore.
cry. You make me want
I
to cry
promise
all
I
over again.
won't.
Spicoli. It breaks
I'm
my
not going
heart.
to do it again.
Spicoli. It breaks my heart. It breaks
But
my
the only
heart.
reason I mentioned it is I think I'm kind of, look, I'm going to rationalize it like this. I'm kind of giving you an out, kind of like a reporter, to just speak your piece. And this way, it's, in other words, it's better to hear it from you than hear it from a bunch of other people spreading rumors. That's, in a way, nobody
But
should know about this anyway, except
maybe-
you and him or
Oh,
whatever.
Have you
But
ever,
Well,
have you ever
maybe.
had
Go
a,
ahead.
oh, go ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, Spicoli, have you ever had a relationship where it kind of just didn't work out, but then you didn't go around talking about it either? You kind of just let it be. Have you ever
not
had one of those
really.
relationships?
Not really. No, I never really.
I think a lot of people.
I mean, I've had one night stand. I've had one nighters. I've hooked up with chicks, in the
Okay,
past
let me-
that I
let
didn't
me-
talk about, but not a relationship that was a girlfriend. Not. I can't really think of anything. I mean,
Okay,
I
but let
don't-
me
maybe once
tell you.
or so. I don't know.
Let me tell you from my perspective. Then
Okay, post up clarity.
there's been a handful of times, and I'm sure people can relate to this, that they had a relationship that maybe wasn't particularly long. It lasted for 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and nothing went per se like bad, but it just didn't work out. So they don't want to come out and talk bad about the person because there was nothing really wrong per se, but it just wasn't what they wanted either.
It wasn't the right fit.
And maybe that's
it wasn't the right fit.
And so
it
maybe
wasn't the right fit. I agree. I agree with you.
So if that's their stance and they just don't, they're just kind of like, you know what, it just didn't work out. Okay, it didn't work out. Then what? Like on to the next thing. I feel like there's no sense in digging at it anymore.
No, I agree with you. Now, thank you. Now, if she could have articulated that to me the way you did, I would have never mentioned it the last couple of times or this time. Thank you. I needed a guy. I needed a mansplain to me. I needed a mansplain to me. He mansplained it to me. Okay.
This was 3 months ago. Move on, everybody.
Thank you, Dawson. Thank you.
Thank
My
you.
God, if I hear one more fucking thing about based Oracle, I'm gonna fucking scream.
If I were to meet anyone, I would be David Donnelly.
Coley. So there's that. You know, I didn't even ask her about it. So yeah.
Are you from the East Coast?
No, I'm not.
She just said the Midwest. You're not paying
Oh,
attention.
the Midwest. You sound like you're from the East Coast.
I'm actually from Nashville, is where I'm from.
Oh, Nashville. Okay, yeah, now it makes sense. The Grand Ole Opry. All right. Anyway, Sarah, I've got to run out, get some groceries. I'm debating whether I want to buy shrooms again tonight and do shrooms.
And there goes my ad revenue.
No, it's mushrooms. I'm gonna make it a mushroom burger.
Put them on his steak. You know, mushrooms and gravy on his steak.
Oh, mushrooms. You don't need mushrooms. I'm going to Ralph's to buy mushrooms. I'm going to make a mushroom burger.
He wonders why he gets a timer when he comes on here.
Hey, that's it.
But I said I'm buying.
That's a good.
You don't need mushrooms. Like, who on here does not eat mushrooms? Come on, Sarah. You've never.
I do like mushrooms, actually. As an adult, I learned to enjoy mushrooms. And what Say Lou tells you, Carrie, don't forget toilet paper. Okay.
Don't forget toilet paper. Actually, thank you. I do need it. Thank you. I ran out. I had to use what do you call it? Toilet.
Do you have a bidet?
The last day I had to use paper towels, but I don't need a lot. I don't crap a lot. Okay, I don't go to the bathroom a lot.
I was hoping you had a bidet because I was going to say bidet to you, sir. And then
Primal with the dad
2 or 3 once a month. I will fast for 2 or 3 straight days. So I'm not even using toilet paper for 2 or 3 days. I think everybody should fast and clean out their system once a month and get rid of all the crap inside you. So for 3 straight days, you don't go to the bathroom except take a piss. And then you'll feel a lot better, a lot of you people. I highly recommend it.
Wonderful. Yeah.
It's better than a coffee enema. How about that? No,
I love my coffee enemas every morning.
I love my
I can
anal
just smell the coffee and it's ready. Hopefully we grossed out enough. He'll leave.
Oh, one last thing, Sarah.
Oh, Lord.
Grace was live. I'm not. She wasn't. She's not live. She was reviewing one of your last live streams. I forgot which one it was from a couple of days ago. So she was giving you. I mean, she gets a lot of viewers. She has almost like over 100. She gets about 150 people watching.
Yeah, she does well.
For her, whatever she does, whatever Grace does, you have to admit, like her or hate her, nobody else on YouTube does exactly what the Thorpes do. Are we in agreement on that?
Oh yeah, we're in the agreement on that completely.
Definitely unique.
Nobody does what the Thorpes do.
Nobody.
Think
about it. Yeah. They're totally original. Nobody's like them.
Well, you call it original.
I call it a felony.
Well, to be fair, they're in a camper, so they can go out and touch grass at just about any time they want. So.
And they can be on camera while touching grass.
Very true. Very true.
Well, they're making money. You know what? She makes money without. She doesn't even do the YouTube. I'm telling you, she makes decent money just off donos and stuff. Without even, she doesn't even run YouTube ads.
She does well.
But isn't that such a setup for failure? Could you imagine being And like, yeah, there's 21-year-olds that have made millions of dollars off of YouTube, but that's not going to be everybody, right? So if you're
Right.
21, 22, 23 years old, you didn't go, go get a skill or go get a trade or go to school further on to kind of set yourself up for a future, and you were banking it on, hey, I'm gonna become a big YouTube streamer, and then that doesn't quite work out. Man, that sucks then.
Or find a good man. Find a good husband.
Because like I still have my 9 to 5, you know what I mean? And like if this fails, like okay, I mean it's gonna suck in terms of my daughter and her expenses and whatnot, but like because this is supplementing that. But as far as like I have my resume to fall back on, I have my job, I have my and I don't think I'll ever give up the 9 to 5 to do this full time. I don't think I ever will because number one, the health insurance is incredibly important for me right now. And number two, like it's solid, it's consistent, and it's easy for what I do. So I could never, I don't think I'd ever go like maybe when my daughter is married and has her own health insurance, then I can be like, all right, it's not that important anymore. Then I could just stream and rely on that and whatever.
Because can you imagine that you wake up one day and your channel is gone for whatever reason? And
I don't want to manifest that.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean,
that's a very real thing that can
rely
happen.
on that.
Yeah.
That's
Believe me, I've had that happen to me. I've had
Gary. I can't imagine why.
I can't either, but I've had like 2 or 3 channels. I mean, that's why I keep a few channels, because I always know I'm going to say something that's going to piss off YouTube or whatever, and I'm going to be taken down. So it's a constant evolutionary process. Anyway, ladies and Primal, thank you, Primal, for your time.
Go shopping.
Thank you, Sarah, for your time. Crispy, maybe we can. Are you Crispy Treat? I keep, I want to call her Krispy Kreme. I'm going to call you Krispy Kreme.
That's okay.
You know why? I have a Krispy Kreme like 5 minutes from me. I don't go there like this, but I do have a Krispy Kreme close by. I'm not a big donut eater, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
I'll
it's
answer
like,
to either. But yeah, lots of people call me that.
I'm going to call you. It just reminds me because the way Crispy is spelled exactly the way you spell it.
I know.
So,
I even have. Did you just see my avatar before that I had up here? That was like a crispy. There it is. See?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, what's your story? You're single, right? I imagine you're single, or you wouldn't be on here, right?
Here we go.
I'm a
How
widow.
you doing?
A widow. Okay. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Spicoli opening up everybody's wounds.
So
no, I'm just saying.
Hold on, though.
That's a good woman. No, that's a good woman. She was married. An unfortunate situation happened. It's not like she's divorced. It's not like she's overly ran through or anything
Carrie,
like that.
you are the reason I drink.
So
am I?
So let's get back to based Oracle's T-Rex arms. By the way, can we do that? So.
Can I ask generally specific why he doesn't go in based Oracle anymore? Just kidding. No. Anyway, I'm going to go. I have to go to the store.
All right. Bye, Carrie. We love you.
Bye, Carrie.
Yeah, I really don't mess with based all that much. And he seems to always have some snarky shit to say whenever he's in a chat that I'm in. So, yeah, I guess he can properly back up 2 steps and fuck himself real hard. So, anyway, so... Did I miss something? What's the TLDR on?
I don't know.
I thought you two were kind of thick as thieves, and
we were talking about touching grass tonight. I don't know. I'm gonna now that Spicoli's gone, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I was holding it.
You could have
be back.
We would have been
somebody
fine with
put me in on the bed. Is there trouble in paradise?
Oh no! I mean, no. He was just asking personal questions, and she's, doesn't. I mean, that's her personal life, and
yeah, then fuck off with that, Spagoli. I mean, no offense, Spagoli, but so I don't know. I thought that's what you guys were discussing. I'm like,
kind of.
I didn't know. I didn't know that there was some kind of whatever situation.
I think Spicoli, I don't think he does it to try to like irritate somebody or push their buttons. I think that's just he just wants to know, because that's just what he just wants to know. I think that's him, and I just kind of take it for what it is. I don't think it's like him trying to
Really?
like poke at Sarah in any way.
I hope not. I mean, I'm wholly uninterested. I just thought they were offering up some kind of like some deets or something. I thought there was some kind of like something that was going around that I was completely unaware of.
No.
At the end of the day, it's none of my business, so I'm gonna properly shut my mouth.
Yeah.
We should all go on tour with the Thorpes. Like, we should just load up all the YouTubers and just have a big party in the RV.
No, thank you, Dawson. I'm gonna pass on that one.
Yeah, the fam and the job and the kids, they probably all wouldn't appreciate me being gone more than I already am.
Yeah, I don't think I could handle Ben for that long. I can't handle Ben on a stream, so let alone being trapped in a RV with him.
Plus, imagine being in an RV for that long. You run out those little pine tree refreshers that you hang in the window. Those only go so far. So if you're like living in an RV for months and months at a time, you know that thing's got to get a little bit of a scent to it after a while.
I imagine.
And that's not like a dig on them, because that would happen to anybody. If you are, sweating it up in your RV for months at a time, like cruising around, like, that thing's gonna get a bit stinky.
That place is gonna get small, when you just don't have anywhere to escape, and you're just kind of stuck with that person too. I would think, in my opinion, I need my space, a little bit of space from, even no matter how well I get along with somebody or how much I love them, I still need space.
Yeah, what do you do in that situation if you're kind of quasi stuck with somebody, right?
Right.
And then it's not like, what are you going to do? Just like go walking down the road of some place you don't really know to kind of get away from them for a bit? I don't think that's exactly the winning plan per se, because maybe somewhere that's not real good.
Yeah, dangerous. Grace is a beautiful girl, and she couldn't just walk off into a strange neighborhood or something, and I wouldn't think that would be safe.
Number one, Dawson, no, none of us will ever be going to the RV experience with the Thorpes, unless we're completely. I had to talk Ashley out. I remember when she wanted to go up when they before their RV excursions. They wanted
the
to
House
come
of
up.
the Wayward House.
And I remember Michelle and I on the phone with Ashley, and we're like, absolutely fucking not. No, that's a stupid idea. And number two, to you, GS, I had a relationship on the DL, and everybody else wanted to throw it out into the open L.
I apologize, Sarah. I don't know if you heard me, but I thought you guys were discussing it, and I didn't know, so I didn't mean to bring it up. None of my business.
Yeah, GS, I didn't mean to like snap at you or anything.
No, you didn't snap at me.
Okay. I hope you didn't think that. Yeah.
It's just absolutely none of my business. It's at the end of the day, unless you make it my business, it's really none of my business. So my apologies for even prying in the first place.
You said number two.
Rachel, hop on. The link's pinned. I'd love your take on people who need to touch grass and stuff. It would be really great to have your opinion. And you're welcome to go into avatar mode too. Actually, pull in avatar mode on us.
Yes.
Do
Rachel.
it.
We do it
that
to
would
you.
Be great. We do it to you all the time. I think you should go avatar mode on us just for shits and giggles.
The vinyl community does not like avatar mode.
They hate it. Like, look, man, like I'm literally on this stream in bed right now, or I'm doing laundry, or like I'm like sitting on my laptop working, and it's like I'm here. Like I'm not always like, because my phone's just sit, like if I join a stream, like Flow State's panel today, like I joined from my phone. Like if I'm hopping on a panel and I'm not on screen, it's because I'm working from the mobile on a panel, and it's because I hear what you're saying, and I wanted to join the conversation, or you invited me up, and I'm trying to be polite and join because you invited me to come on. But if I'm not, it takes a lot to come all the way downstairs and turn on the camera and plug in, it's a lot of work, and then you got to be like camera ready in essence as a girl.
No, Sarah.
Christy and I were talking about this.
It's
Yeah,
only
if
a
a
lot of work.
girl-
It's only a lot of work for the men to have to carry you down and hold the palm fronds and feed you grapes. That's who. Come on now.
But
You
it
gotta
is
remember, we got to do our hair, and that takes a while. Remember? So that's why you were waiting on me. I had to
The
do my
struggle is
hair.
real.
Yeah.
I have to brush my luscious locks.
Yeah, you do have some beautiful hair, Dawson.
Hey,
But
Sarah, I
if a
wanted to
girl
ask.
shows up on I apologize.
No.
If a girl shows up on a panel and she's not camera ready, you damn well know they will send that shit everywhere, and they're like, "Oh my god, look, they're really ugly
yeah.
because they didn't look how much makeup they wear. Oh my god, they're so stupid." Like it's just not worth it.
Yeah,
if
there's
you're
a channel that has me out there right now that's doing that to me. So like they've got like the worst photo of me of all time. So
yeah.
So do you think, what's the rationale there? So I see some communities where nobody comes on and it's always avatars. And then I see other communities where the expectation is you can't come on panel if you're not live or have a camera. So what's the Vinyl's kind of rationale to that, or why do you think that's that way?
I don't know. I think that they just give people shit if they're avatar only, and knowing that the people cam up on a regular basis, it's like, look, this is my fucking day off, man. Like,
yeah,
like, to me, I look at it, if I'm not already streaming, like, then it's my day off on streaming, and for me to show up on a panel, it's like, you're welcome, because I normally wouldn't do this now. And
Yeah, I'm in bed right now.
yeah, and even Dawson shows up regularly on camera, and so I don't mind if I have no problem for people who want their privacy and they want to refrain from coming up on camera, or people who are like Dawson. He's kind of taking the night off and he's just leisurely laying around in his bed, but he wants to join in on the conversation. No big deal. I don't mind avatar mode.
I'm always doing I'm always either I'm doing chores around the house, or I'm working, or I'm in the car. And so when I'm on panel, like I'm always doing something. I'm not just sitting here, So that I mean that's a lot of the time. If it's late at night, or if it's at nighttime, sometimes like I get home and I just want to like wash my face and put on my sweats, and and I don't feel like being on camera either, so whatever. I do it when I can.
And I agree with Rachel here. She says, as a host, I prefer folks live and animated as it makes for better viewing, in my opinion. I agree. I concur. But to me, we have enough people that provide visuals. Like, for instance, Primal's over here tying his fucking shoe. He was eating earlier. I'm over here sipping drinks. Generally Specific is gracing us with pictures of random people. To me, the visuals. Now, if I set up like Moderator Mondays, I prefer people be set up, unless I know that they're avatar only people. Like Avoided Hornet is an avatar only person. Now, I would prefer not to put him as a feature panelist, but I don't mind having him in the hot seat. Then we also have Mel, the little furry fox thing. That doesn't bother me to put her as a panelist because she is a full animated avatar, so the visuals are still there. If I was hosting, for instance, the debate between Undead Chronic and Andrew Wilson, we all know, well, most of us who know Undead Chronic, he doesn't cam up. He will only be a visual box, which is fine. Like, I accept it. Like, you have to accept people for what they are and what they do. But also respect that some people prefer not to put their faces out there, or maybe they're government employees and they can't, but they still have something to say. So contributions still come in, but I do understand the visual purposes, of being live and animated, as Rachel's saying. It just depends on your community, your people, what you want, what you prefer, and how important that person is to you in terms of getting them on a screen, whether they're an avatar or visual, on screen. So it just depends.
Yeah, we can't cam up Homath.
What?
So yeah,
Homath is the guy who does the drawings of people. He Michael 13.
The channel Homath.
He makes cartoony style drawings and talks on it and everything. It's always curious in the back of my mind when you see these avatar only or they wear a mask or any of that kind of stuff, it's always in the back of my mind. It's like, man, you kind of want to like see them, but then also, are you going to be quote unquote like disappointed when you see them, or are they going to look like what your expectation of them was? So that's always an interesting one.
Yeah,
I always meet or exceed expectations. It is known. You're welcome. So
that's getting flipped by F3. You know it.
So, yeah, it's just like, did you see what they did with your throat?
Oh
did
my
you
god!
See that crap?
What?
Oh, you didn't see that? They did a thing on your throat. They're like, "What is this on your throat?"
Oh, yeah, that I don't care.
Was,
I
like,
thought you
months
meant
ago.
like that kind of throat stuff. But
No, they were
yeah,
like, well, they had your throat like fat. They're like
as
with an
the
arrow pointing at
thumbnail.
it.
Yeah, I did see
Yeah,
that.
freaking
Like,
idiots. So she
I
talks a
don't-
lot for a living. That happens. I mean, look at Joe Rogan's freaking neck.
Hey, well, if they want to think of me as a dude, that who's the one guy over there? I forget his name, but like I guess
call him Senior Yefe Muckmouth. I call him Meth Mouth Muppet Jeff.
no.
Josh, the other one that's super effeminate and
Josh.
giggles
I
like
think it's
like a
Josh.
little fag.
But
Yeah, go
he
ahead.
was like crushing
offense,
on me
Rachel.
really. He was crushing on me really hard. So if he was crushing on me really hard, but yet they're pointing out my throat, thinking I'm a dude, well, then now they're saying that one of their dudes is gay. So
he's telling them. Oh, most of them are actually.
You're losing. You're losing there.
Actually, Scotto, not to cause any drama, Scotto is probably the most macho one on, and he's openly gay. He's probably the most manly one on that entire. Well, maybe
is that the one with the funny voice?
Yeah, he's the one that had a speech impediment from a childhood, something in his childhood. So I'm not mocking him, but he's like, and he's pretty quiet too, man. He's actually, I guess the red pills or say that he holds frame really well. Which is funny because the rest of them are like, they're like, oh, we're macho veterans, this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, dude, the only one that seems like that he has any balls on the entire team over there is Scotto. Oh, but you were talking about, I don't even like giving those people any kind of time. But you were talking about, like having to do yourself up and stuff. And I was trying to find the clip so I could show it. I'll have to look for it again. But there was this hilarious dude. And, I think I know where I did. I think I shared it in a group chat. This hilarious dude was like sitting on a sofa and his wife was filming him. Excuse me. Sorry, I just had a bunch of mott sticks. And because I'm a fatty. And his wife was filming him and he was complaining. You know how men go on those like just long soliloquy rants like I'm doing right now?
Like what you're doing?
Yeah. And he's like, what is it with women? He's like, they're never satisfied. They get straight hair, they try to curl it. They have curly hair, they buy a straightener and straighten it. He's like, they have eyebrows, they tweeze them off until there's nothing left. Then they pencil them on or they get a tattoo. He's like, what is it with these women? They're never satisfied. They have big boobs, they get a boob reduction. They have little boobs, they get a boob enhancement. I mean, he's just going off and off about it. And it's funny,
Very
though.
true, though.
Yeah, all of it. Nailed
Stand
it.
by. I need to just Reno. What is that noise?
Someone's got background. Or no, a TV.
Sounds like almost like TV or something in the back.
TV or radio.
Reno. Reno. Can you turn your TV off or something? Hello?
No, you better turn it off because he's going to get you copyrighted.
Yeah, Rush. Woo!
He's going to get you copyrighted, man.
I don't know who you are, dude. I don't know if you're. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and boot you.
Limelight, Rush.
I don't know who that was. That was a new person. It's the copyright I'm not worried about because it'll pop up saying, hey, this song played during this segment. What do you want to do with it? And I just hit mute the segment. So it's no big deal.
Or erase over it or something. Yeah.
And yeah, and shout out to Rachel's Ghost. She does appear she does a daily. I don't know how she does this every day. I don't know how you do this literally every day.
Isn't it at 9 o'clock for us, Sarah?
It's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank God, because the day that she invited, like the first day she invited me to join her show, she was like, it's 6 a.m. and I'm like, oh,
I know.
She's on the West Coast, right? She's on the West Coast.
So thank God for me that was 9, so I was able to wake up at 8.
No, if she's on the West Coast, 6 a.m. would be 9 p.m. our time.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. here, and then she's at
6 a.m. for her.
Oh, got
We're
it, got it,
3
got it.
hours
Okay.
ahead. But I was like, I'll never forget thinking like, God, am I gonna make it for 9 a.m.? Like, like even that was like pushing it. Because I mean, like today, I had to wake up at like 5:40 to take my daughter because they had because they were all off school today, of course, but they had a 6 a.m. practice. And I told her as I was dropping her, because her other teammates stayed the night too. And as I'm dropping them off, I'm like, listen, you need to let your coach know that this isn't punishment for you guys. It's punishment for the parents. And it's not fun. I don't appreciate having to wake up this early. So thank you.
Right.
Yeah. But
I'm always putting my makeup on and stuff and getting ready when I'm in her chat. So getting ready to go to work. You know, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm usually like getting ready for work and, you know, or already heading in. It just depends on how I feel that morning and how quickly I want to get in. But and then on some days I am working from home, so I don't have to. Yeah, so I'm like sitting there in my sweatpants, like happily. But yeah, it's a fun show, Lou. So please feel free to go join in and Rachel, when she gets in there, tell the crowd not to time her out yet.
Yeah.
So just expect it, Lou. Just expect it when after you put your first message in. Everybody's wrenched. Everybody in the chat's wrenched.
Except William.
So you're gonna get, except for William. But you're gonna get
they're
timed out.
I think they're only tough if you're on panel. I don't think that
even bad. I got it. I the first time I ever dropped in the chat, I think I dropped like my heart tomato thing, and I got timed out. I'm like, what the hell?
What?
and then like Rachel was like, hold up, like we gotta check her out. And then she was like, what is this, like some kind of OnlyFans girl or something? When she was looking at my channel. Yeah. I don't think I had started doing my live streams yet. I think I was getting started like in a week or two.
I think I brought Flo up maybe on my first time when I went up there. I think I invited him up maybe. That might have been the second time. I think I went up there just all by myself, like just like a loser. Just went up there like without knowing anybody or anything. I think that's what I did. But yeah, that was it's a tough crowd, but Rachel's always so nice that, you know, makes it good. Yeah.
Now that she's expecting you, what say Lou, she'll know, like, no, hold up, don't time her out. She's good. She came from the tomato.
Yeah. Lou's all right. Lou knows how to roll with the punches. She'll be fine.
Yeah. but just know and expect that they might time you out real quick. You'll be fine, and then Rachel will give you a wrench and you'll be okay. It'll be good.
Yeah.
She says, I'm
like,
afraid.
No, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. It's just, it's part of the process.
I had a whole different experience than Sara did. So like, I think it's fine. Like, I've never been timed out. Sara with her tomatoes, maybe it was the tomatoes. Maybe they thought you were like throwing tomatoes at her.
I don't know. I really don't know, but I remember getting timed out immediately, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, I literally just said hi.
A mistake, though, Sara. Did you ever think about that? Because sometimes that
happens. Because I watch them. They do it to everybody. Like, and Rachel will be like, "Hold on."
So
maybe Lou.
Well, you'll be fine, Lou. Rachel is expecting you now.
Yes.
So just know you might go in. They'll time you out for like a minute. Okay, it's okay. You'll be revived, but they'll time you out because you're a new person. They're like, who is this person? You know, and then you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But it'll be a barn burner. Promise.
That makes me curious about Rachel in terms of touching, like, kind of the touching grass topic. Rachel's show is every day from like 6 a.m. till 2-3 hours.
3 hours. It goes for 3 hours.
How does Rachel, and I see Rachel in the chat, how do you keep from losing your shit on it at some point? Do you like every once in a while, do you just be like, you know what, I'm not streaming for a couple days? Or how do you
but then they do the Patreon at night.
Yeah. She's like dedicated lady.
Twice a day. To my understanding, it's twice a day, every day. But the one at night is just for the Patreon members.
Well, there is a saying that if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And Rachel has the personality where I think that she really does enjoy having conversations with different people.
She does, and she has Sue, and like anybody that has a Sue in their life, like that's her producer. Yeah.
Right,
That
but
always helps.
you can love something. Like, I love my dogs, but every once in a while I want to like go for a walk without them or something. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be like just free of responsibility for a moment. And when you run a show every day, that's kind of like becomes a responsibility at that point too.
Yeah.
Well, look at Tim Pool, one of the hardest working dudes. Look at what he's got.
Yeah, does he take a day off every now and again? I don't know that much about like.
He's got a straight up compound now. Yeah. He's got a coffee company he's developing. He's going to be opening up hard stores pretty soon. He wants to change the culture, because that's right now we need to change. Politics is downstream of culture. So what we need to do is take back the culture and try to steer politics that way.
No politics.
It's very impressive. It's very impressive, though. You know what he does.
Yeah. Oh no, I see Rachel in the chat. Never do a show for Meltdown, and I'm not even talking Meltdown. I'm just talking about like, hey, I want to go. I'm going to go on a week trip to whatever. I'm going to go hiking for a week.
Well, they did take a vacation recently. Yeah. They took a whole week off, and I felt bad too.
There you go. Yeah, okay.
Because I messaged her for a Mod Monday, not realizing like, oh shit, they're on vacation this week, and then she wrote back saying like, hey, we're on vacation, we won't be back until blah blah blah, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like, because you feel bad.
Good. That's what I'm getting at, is like, you got to unplug it. Even if you love something, you still got to do something different once in a while.
I mean, and I only do 4 nights a week, sometimes 5 if we have like throw an extra bonus stream in there, but like I do 4 nights a week, and that's like, now, I mean, I do have my 9 to 5 too, so technically I run 2 jobs, and it's like, it's a lot for me, so I couldn't imagine doing this twice a day, every day, and like not feeling the need to take a vacation at least one week a month. I mean, they're not getting any days off. Mm-hmm. Like my Tuesday, Wednesdays are like my days off, you know?
So like Elon Musk sleeps at his office. Elon Musk is he saves time by laying down for a cat nap at his office in order to get back up. I just look at it like, I mean, if your goal is to be successful, I mean, unless you're some trust fund kid, you know what I mean? And then they just piss that away eventually anyway. I don't know. I see an importance to the work ethic. To me, I find very inspiring. I mean, I have three YouTube channels, and I'm online almost all the time.
I think it's great to want to work, but I'm just asking the question of, hey, like you want a little variety in your life at times, like in some capacity. It's good to just be able to like, hey, I'm not going to stream today for like, I just want to go do something else. Like, it's nice to have that availability, sure. I guess is what I'm saying.
Balance.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see that as a problem. I mean, that's a perfectly fine question. You know, if it becomes a problem, does one have the tools to recognize that? Does one have the people in their lives to say, hey, maybe it's time to, I mean, not haters, because haters are always going to tell you to leave, YouTube, that you should quit and all this other stuff. But people that care about you in your environment. But I mean, we're all over here praising and raving about Rachel's show. So
yeah, no, from what I've seen, it's fun and great. You just don't want to see you don't want to see a content creator that you like all of a sudden be like, I haven't been taking care of my own life and now I'm not doing it anymore. Like, you would hate to be the, hey, like this person worked, and then all of a sudden they're like, nope, my family's falling apart, or insert whatever thing, and they're like, oh, we're not here anymore. And maybe had they only streamed 5 days a week instead of 7, they could have had a little bit more feeling of balance in their life.
That's a good question.
Well, yeah, I mean, as long as people are feeling good and doing good and they got some balance in their life, hey man, have at it.
So have you guys talked at all about what happened on the Hurricane Helene and basically the devastation that's going on in North Carolina?
No, I haven't, but I'll tell you about a different devastation that's happening on your fucking platform known as YouTube. You know, I got a strike tonight because I have envious, jealous people, and you know, Sarah,
no.
well, yeah, you're gonna probably deal with these type of people sometime down the line. Now, what I'm gonna do, Sarah, because I was thinking, I said I could quit streaming and I could give into these dorks and routers. They sit and what they do is they mass report streams.
Yep.
And YouTube doesn't seem to care about it. I don't know if it gets handed off to a call center or what else, but there's nothing that I can really do about it. So I was thinking, well, I could get depressed and say like, and this would go to anybody. I would give you warning now about YouTube because I think YouTube is a monopoly that should be broken up and eventually be dismantled. I think they're a very evil entity that allows trolls and people, because honestly, if I was in violation, I would say, well, you know, I got overheated and maybe that was, but there was nothing there. No, they can point it to us. But here's the problem with this is, and I don't know if any of you use Kick or Rumble, you know, I'm going to go there myself personally because there's no purpose staying on YouTube to have 4 channels deleted. I'd be at 25,000 subs. So there's no purpose for me to stay on YouTube with these people. I'll go to Rumble and Kick, and, you know, if that works, great. But, you know, I'm going to tell people right now, it's because I'm going to still do adult content and the things that I do, swing clubs and nightlife. But it's not going to be YouTube. I really believe is a dying entity.
Yeah.
And they allow people to, I don't know why, but they go along with it to just mass report on nothing, and they seem to uphold it. So I don't think there's a future for anybody on YouTube.
Well, unless you toe the party line exactly, and particularly whatever that party line
Yeah,
is.
but what can you say at that point, honestly? The party line
Whatever dear leader tells you, you could say. It's a good point.
Yeah,
Maxer,
I mean,
Maxer, they did away with what did you say? You said that you're getting flagged. You're getting
it was I get mass supposedly for hate speech, and I said there's nothing there, especially tonight. But I have these people that follow me around for years. I'm not joking.
But they don't do mass flagging. They're not doing mass flagging anymore. Like they're not going.
Oh yeah, they are. No, you're
YouTube says that they're not. Like you.
Then YouTube goes by. Then I would then warn people that if you say F or whatever, then you're going to be culpable to hate speech guidelines or whatnot. You know, that's the way it's going. Because it may be me today, but it will be you and a dozen other people tomorrow.
I mean, we had that. I actually like asked Team YouTube one time on Twitter, and they no longer, or they say that they're no longer penalizing people for being mass flagged.
Yeah, it's called a lie.
I don't think that they're lying. But
they are lying. YouTube is a lying entity. They are lying to you. I know it from personal experience that they're lying to you.
Well, they say that like the person that
so then hate speech is saying F. I mean, I won't say it here. So hate speech is saying F that or F this, and you have no free speech. What I'm trying to tell you is you have no free speech in this country. You have an illusion of free speech. There's no real free speech. YouTube is the major platform today. Okay,
it's a town square. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said truck. It's where I said truck. Well, I guess I'm not going to have a trucking channel.
These are small entity channels, but you know, I said for somebody like me, I'll have no alternative because what I'm trying to tell you is that they're giving power to people here. Yet you said it's a private platform, but you're a jerk. And I'll tell you why you're a jerk, because they are a publisher. No. They are a publisher and they're decided what is correct and what's not. So fuck you. How about you to
Max,
people like you? How about fuck you? You know, people like you is why the United States is a shithole country today. Why it's a third-rate power that sits there and twirls its thumb in the Middle East and can't do a goddamn thing. Because of fucking people just like that punk right there. You're a punk, you're a lush, and you're a crumb bum.
Well, he's not any of those things.
Sure he is. He is. No, people like you, honey.
No. I was going to tell you though that I was going to tell you that.
Yeah, I know you believe YouTube. You're a naive.
Well, no. I was going to ask you.
Well, hold on. Let Crispy explain.
I was going to ask you if have you tried Kick or any of those streaming?
I tried Kick, yes.
Yeah.
But when I had a problem with their payment processor. and they said they're not. I don't know. It was the craziest thing I ever encountered. I said Kick was very nice, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I thought the Kick people were very nice themselves, but then they have a processor like YouTube uses Super Chat, but that's their own site. That's Google AdSense. When you go through Kick, it's through Stripe, and they got these weird. And I tried to explain to them, listen, I'm not selling adult, movies or whatever they thought they were, and they thought that. But I'm just trying to tell you, listen, if people can sit there and they can tell you, well, they don't go by mass reporting, they do. They do. I don't give a shit what these people are trying to tell you. They will lie to your face. They are the corporate oligarchs.
Okay.
That want everything family friendly. You people have ruined this site. Your family friendliness that you can't have.
Well, I wouldn't say our channel is family friendly.
You have ruined. You are the disseminators. You have ruined the free speech. None of you people are free.
I was thinking that Kick might have been a good place, but you had problem with the payment. What about the other ones?
Rumble,
Rumble is a blimp on the radar, honestly, compared to YouTube. What do they got?
I'm running my Rumble right now, and
you should open a Rumble.
I have a
Rumble. I'm gonna open a Rumble, Sarah. I have I enjoy streaming. And in the meantime, I said, well, because they like to do that and they get off on doing it. I said, I'm just going to go to a gym. I'm going to re-enter like a YMCA. I'm going to do light weights. I'm going to bodybuild. And when I come back, I'm just going to be stronger and have more marks so they can see.
I think that I know that Kick has don't they pay like 90% or some ridiculous amount, don't they? Don't they have like their percentage is some outrageous amount?
Well, they're paying better to get people to that site over YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But if YouTube, because if I did anything incorrect tonight, they say, oh, well, maybe this was borderline, but there wasn't. And if they can just sit there and what should they do? And they make themselves known. I have people, even content and escort that I shot content with and try to contact her. These people on this side are insane and they need to be stripped of any vestige. Because when the Dark Master or Rotter has power, what power do they have? Their physicality? They're going to go to a gym? They're going to do anything productive in their lives? No, they're not.
Yeah. It says that Kick pays 95% of the total subscriber income. And
I'm going back to Kick. I'm going to stay there in Rumble because I can't help YouTube. I can't fight YouTube, obviously. You could put in an appeal and they don't go by that. I don't know if that gets out.
Hormaxer, I needed to get your email. You gave it to me one night and I forgot to write it down.
Yeah, I'll be at the same one.
Actually, hold on. Let me just put it in my notes.
I'll be at the same one, WMaxer78.
WMaxer78
at Gmail. And I'll be there and I'll try to do both Kick and Rumble. Yeah. So what is family friendly at this point?
Now, would you be allowed to put both? Like, let's say, like if you did a stream, are you allowed to put your content that you did?
They don't care because I'm not a big streamer with a contract. Maybe if they have a contract, it's different.
Well, no, I'm asking, are you able to put are you able to put the same content on in both places, or does it have to be different?
Probably. So, I'm going to rejoin the YMCA. I'm just going to get a bigger pump and stronger. And I said, listen, the Rotters and Darks, that people think they're going to build channels on YouTube and not have these people follow you around, it's YouTube's problem because they allow these people to do it. They allow the people that should never have a voice, should never have any influence, should never have any say. And all they can do is put their dysgenic Rotter fingers on a report button and sit there all night long.
Hormaxer, Rachel wants to know what your show's about.
Nightlife, swing clubs, adult content. It's a private. I'm going to put it on Kick. I'm not coming to YouTube anymore. There's no reason for me to build a stream back up to 2,000-3,000 subs to have it terminated because YouTube or some dude in their office says, oh, this ain't family friendly.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
People with your family friendliness have ruined the internet. You have actually ruined the internet. You are part and parcel of what you are witnessing.
But isn't the internet for everybody?
No, I honestly don't think if you can't police your own children, then maybe they shouldn't be on the internet.
I
Yeah,
do
but
agree with
children are-
that.
yeah,
And
I
I-
believe that.
I don't think the internet. I think the internet originally and sites like YouTube were geared to get away from family friendliness, TV, AdSense nonsense.
Well,
But
do
the
you have
internet
the
changed.
checkbox checked for like 18
Yes.
and up? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, the internet
doesn't
changed
matter,
because of
Sarah.
children's
In a
advertising.
perfect world, that would solve the issue, but obviously
Yeah,
it doesn't, right?
obviously
Because
it
people get
doesn't.
canceled on YouTube all the time.
They
True.
don't
And,
care
and,
about
and,
it.
and people, to Maxer's point, people put out a, hey, this was hate speech, or this was, not family friendly, or this was breaking TOS. And half the time they don't even look into it. They just click your profile has been flagged, or you got a strike.
Yeah, they don't care.
I
And
think
you get 3
when you
strikes
have-
in one video, and then you're done. Like that
I think
happens.
when you have mass reporting, like they're more likely to go ahead and shut you down temporarily at the very least.
Yeah, but I did that, and then
that's
I said in that
dirty. I think
show-
that's dirty. I don't believe in like especially mass reporting or telling other people to do so. I do believe if you need to report something because it is breaking those guidelines that we all agree to when we start our channel, I do believe in that. But if there's mass reporting just because people are like in groups being dicks about it and saying like, let's go,
Well, that's what
mass report,
I have
think it's
actual
wrong.
people that sit in either a Discord or whatnot, being 3 or more plus, and they just, for some reason, they feel so low. And this is going to be a lot of people, Sarah. And as your channel grows, you're going to encounter these people. They don't care what you do. Hey, good evening, Daniel. I'm going to send you another email, Daniel, too. I'm not giving up, Daniel, I'm just going to be on alternative sites.
I do think you should stay on YouTube. I mean, don't let them win.
I can't stay. Well, I can't stay on it. It's in the possibilities. What I'm trying to tell you, when they, when they side with these people, what am I going to do? Build up another channel of 5,000 subs to have it delete it because some YouTube dork doesn't like it?
Well, I got.
This message is sponsored in part by.
That was for you, John Smith. Thank you for the $5. We needed to balance the show.
I really wanted to know the sponsor.
That was sponsored by John Smith.
All right.
I think you should have picked the horse one, personally.
Oh, well, we could do the horse one.
Sweet baby Jesus. Oh.
This message is sponsored in part by.
There you go.
I was ready to come on too, and then as soon as that happened,
You
the
were
stream
ready
got
to come? Yeah, I know. A lot of guys were.
I should have worded that better.
Wreck my happy home.
to Maxer's point, Sarah, what if somebody determines that's not family friendly, right? Doesn't
It doesn't show. I mean,
I know, but I'm saying is the line could be pushed and could
well,
be
these
pushed,
clips all came from significantly large YouTuber content creators, and they all had hundreds of thousands of views, so I knew it was safe.
right. Now.
That's right. Now.
That's the point I'm making is wouldn't that suck if you got to 10,000, 20,000 and they looked back at these videos and be like, Sarah broke TOS. That's the bad part of this.
One of my intros that I've been using since the very beginning, my tomato roasted tomatoes, I call it my roasted tomatoes intro. It's like the it's the movie The Killer Tomatoes, that whole thing. I had that whole
Did they copyright
intro.
you?
No, only on a little music clip, not from any of the Killer Tomatoes, not from any of that. It's from this small little like 5-second music clip that I took from CapCut of all things. And now everything before was fine, but like now all of a sudden, like the last 2 weeks, I've gotten like for this small little music bit, we're gonna share all of your ad revenue with this person. And I'm like, the fuck we ain't, mute.
Yeah.
So I played a different clip tonight.
That's my concern for a lot of people is as they make this and get more established, does the goalpost get moved and the things you were doing in the past suddenly aren't okay? And I know you can't like perpetually worry about it.
Well, that music clip had been fine before, but I think that person finally moved to YouTube
Yep.
And so now they get the copyright claim and I'm like, the bitch, like, come on, like I get grandfathered in on this one. I've been using this one already.
But I guess I'm
Sarah,
just putting that into Maxer's point
if
of,
these
hey, you
people
got to diversify. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
decide to and YouTube sees so much as what I'm trying to tell you as even a woman in lingerie. I had YouTube tell me that a woman in lingerie is sexual gratification, and you're being struck because people report that. See, this is why, Sarah, you don't understand what I tell you, but maybe you will now, is that when you deal with these whatever you want to call these people, there's many different ones, and you allow them leeway than to tell you what this channel is, or even though you're not showing nudity, then the nudity becomes, well, no, it's sexual gratification. But I could be sexual gratified by Daniel and the Power Rangers suit, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll go along with that. There is no ending to it, is what I'm trying to tell you. They are a monopoly that doesn't realize it. Eventually they're going to realize it, because when somebody comes out of the box with live streaming video production that's ready to go, they're going to be left in the dust, because I think there's a lot of people out there tired of having ads crammed up their ass, being told what you cannot think and what you cannot say, and this is hate speech, and they uphold it. They do it no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Well, there are some things that are said that are very clearly hate speech.
Yeah, if you're threatening a person's life, or if you're doing something completely reckless, understandable. That's to be understood. But when they're telling you that a woman in lingerie is sexual gratification, you have a much bigger problem than what you realize.
Well, what is she doing?
It could be just a woman doing nothing. It could be a woman in lingerie, and if they want to sit there, and then they'll mass report a stream and just say this is sexual gratification, YouTube just goes along with it because they think they're too big to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Too big for their britches. The pride goes before the fall. And when somebody comes out of the box with live streaming and video ready to be the correct way, they're going to have the problem.
The other one,
only if that competitor can get their shit automatically installed into everyone's devices. That's really what YouTube has over everything else.
Yeah, it's true.
The other slippery slope is the bullying one, because what constitutes bullying? Well,
exactly.
They could make it be whatever they want it to be. Is, hey, Max, I don't like the way your hair looks. Oh,
I call people dark maxes and rotters. So all of a sudden now, if I call them a dark max or a rotter, that's hate speech and bullying. See where there's no ending to this.
Well, that's like for a protected class is what the hate speech is for. That's that.
Well, maybe it was supposed to be, but maybe it was supposed to be, but it could turn into Maxer, I don't like your hair. Yeah. Maxer reports me as bullying now.
I mean, it already is that. I just got 3 strikes for bullying and cyber harassment. They didn't say what.
I don't think this guy is cyber harassing anybody, but know what they do? They'll sit there and mass report it, and YouTube will go along with it. So how do you even fight that except going to an alternative platform?
I think having a disclaimer, and actually Michelle and I, we are working, and I need to create it, but we're working on a disclaimer for the channel as well, to basically play in the beginning saying, like, if you join this panel, you can't be a little bitch. People are going to, say things, and it doesn't necessarily represent the channel XYZ. I think putting a disclaimer in the beginning might help, but also the topics you choose. Like, we are very careful in the topics we choose and how we choose to talk about them.
Right.
And disclaiming it at the very beginning. For instance, last week we had euthanasia as Moderator Monday.
Yeah.
And I prefaced it and put a disclaimer, like, if you're triggered by this, please be mindful, turn off, whatever. And we even put suicide hotline. I think
see where it's going though. Where
we have to be accountable. We have to be accountable to knowing that viewers are going
S
to
word. I
tune
won't
in.
say it, Sarah, but isn't the S word in the human lexicon, and it's something that has affected humanity since time immemorial. So now they want to tell you can't say words in the human dictionary. Don't you feel that's problematic?
Well, shout out to John Smith for the 5. Technically, these are supposed to be 20 and up, but I'm giving you a handicap here since you're new to these parts. But here's to you, John Smith. Here's the fireman for you.
Tomato, fierce and red, juicy curves, fire ahead.
This message is sponsored in part by
Sarah, what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to be like I'm trying to tell you, I said, you got to look at the handwriting on the wall. Listen, if they're telling me, if they're allowing people to mass report me, and I don't think it's more, but all you need is 3 or 4 of them just to sit there for however long your stream lasts, 4 or 5 hours, and they do this, they will make thousands of accounts, Sarah. I have witnessed this. And you get these people who say, well, YouTube listens to them. And I said, so they're not listening to the person that is taking the time, putting the content on their site. You could even be making through whatever it is, and they don't care.
Well, here's where I find that you attract more bees with honey and not vinegar. So I try not to create enemies in this space for good reason, Hormaxer. I try to be cordial and maintain a neutrality across the masses as much as I can so that people aren't trying to do those things and aren't trying to mass report me and so on and so forth. And I'm going to send out a freebie to John Smith. Let's do the sexy butt.
This message is sponsored in part by
Sarah, what I'm trying to tell you is that you can go by and play by all the rules that they want to lay out, and I'm sure they'll have another dozen by in another year's time, so that you have to play along with them. You're going to have a situation that's so whitewashed because the West is weak. They are weak people. People have become offended by words that nobody
snowflakes,
yeah, or whatever you want to call
So what's
them.
what's your solution, dude? You're all flexing on the camera, but you're not really.
Yeah.
I'm a solutions guy.
Well,
I
I'm
sit here and
giving you a
listen. Listen, I have
solution.
a
Like for
hard
me
enough
personally,
time
my only
to win and
solution.
drawn on and complain. What's your solution?
Well, I told you the only solution is to use alternative sites like Kick and Rumble.
So to get on YouTube and complain about being on YouTube is your solution.
Well, no, I mean, obviously you're a jerk that doesn't even see the situation
No,
for what it is.
I'm not trying to be a jerk because I'm right there with you. I agree with you.
So what's the
simpatico with you.
solution? But you're asking me for the solution. Okay, well, what do you have? You have Kick.
I've just listen. I'm glad that you brought it up, but this is the 10th time that you've said the same thing, dude. I don't know if it's alcohol or just maybe you're really passionate about it. I'm not trying to cast shade.
Well, it's between because see what you people don't realize, whether it be him upstairs, listen, you up there, whether it be me, you're next tomorrow. Now, being that you have so little forethought, which you can see by your thing, and that you probably believe that YouTube's a private company and they can do whatever they want, where that's not true, and they should be broken.
With the respect, I'm the guy that said it's a public square.
Well,
I think the solution is exercise. Maxer is a good influence on people because he's teaching people how to exercise.
Well, that doesn't seem to be like.
Hold on for a second, gentlemen. I think what this sounds like, Hormaxer, it sounds like you just had this happen, correct?
Well, I've had it happen though 4 other times.
You have had it happen several times,
taken down by these same people.
But what
I'd be at 25,000 subs. I'd be at 25,000 plus subs.
Let me understand this though. Like this sounds fresh though. Like this just happened to you tonight.
Well, yeah, but I can tell you 4 other times that I've lost.
I'm not negating it. I'm using it as a kind of a power move here for you. What I'm saying is to you, GS, it sounds like this just happened. And I think if I had this happen to me right now, I would be upset on somebody else's panel bitching and complaining as well. I would be mad about it. And I could have a solution. And it sounds like Hormaxer does have a solution and he's working on that, but he still wants the room and the space to vent about it. I think that's, am I incorrect?
Well, no. I mean, I think that's correct. But I said, if you don't think that it's going to happen to you or 10 other people tomorrow, and I'm telling you, YouTube allows, if you don't have to believe me. I'm telling you right now from personal experience, YouTube
I don't-
allows
well,
trolls.
for the record, I nodded and agreed with you the 10 times that you said exactly what you said 10 times. It's happened to me on my channel. I
Well,
do
if
care
you
about
want
it.
an
I think it's
alternative, my best alternative that I could give you, I mean, I can't tell people, well, open your own site and is that easy? I mean, the best alternatives, you got two. Kick and Rumble right now. Are they going to bring you the YouTube audience? Probably not. But I would tell you also, if you could build up 2,000 subs on Kick or Rumble, it's better than having 10,000 on YouTube. And that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm not really here to complain. I'm just here to tell you what's going on with these people, because in all honesty, that appeal should have been looked at and should have said, well, this is not hate speech, this is not that, but they didn't go with that. So, you know, they're getting progressively worse. I mean, there's much bigger people that have complained about this.
It's
Flow
happened to me.
State, you
Uh-huh.
just had this happen to you. Do you want to chime in on it?
Yeah, I mean, YouTube's enforcement has always been, in my experience, completely haphazard and, well, political. That's just my theory, reading between the lines. Yeah. But anytime I address a political topic, that's when I seem to get strikes for nothing, right? And they'll just delete a whole 8-hour live stream and say it's for bullying. I'll say, well, which part? I can bully Simon a lot of times in 8 hours. It is bullshit, but I think, you know, you can do other platforms at the same time. I always try to make noise at them. You can go to Twitter and go to YouTube, whatever channel. You can tweet them there. Right. They actually do get back to you. It's not always useful, but they do. And then if you can find a way to monetize effectively around YouTube and cut them out, if enough people do that, I suspect, you know, they don't give a fuck about the whatever $800-900 they were getting off me a month, but out of all of us, you know, they might. So
yeah, but I mean,
hopefully good alternatives to super chats come around. That's really what I want. If I had a good super chat alternative, it would solve all the problems.
The thing about it is, like, your words are kind of they're inaccurate.
At least they're really cohesive.
Yeah,
no,
I think Flo. Oh, go ahead.
Like, Flo has real deep-seated things going on. That's why he's mad at me all the time. Every time, like,
Everybody's mad at you, Simon, because you're.
I ain't talking to you. Can you stop? I'm talking to Flo.
It's my panel. You are talking to me, and I can remove you at any given moment. So shut the fuck up.
And you're gay.
Sarah, I love you. You know this.
No, you don't. That's weird if you do.
But I would ask like Flo said, I said, listen, when you get your strikes or whatnot, but you decide you come back to YouTube because YouTube is a monopoly, correct? You come back because the primary audience is on YouTube. It ain't on Rumble, it ain't on Kick.
Yeah, and I multi-stream to run. Every stream I do also goes to Rumble. I normally get about 2 viewers.
For you?
Why can't the stream put a top on? I mean,
I get 2 viewers on Rumble about. Like it's almost nothing. People on Rumble are there because they want content that is not allowed on YouTube. So it's sort of a niche audience.
Yeah. Because I have
there really isn't a good alternative.
Why
hold on for just a second. Primal Studies, you were about to head out. Did you want to give your final thoughts?
Yeah, no, fun topic. I'm interested to see where the rest of this goes, but I got to get some stuff ready for tomorrow morning, so I appreciate it. I think that people should diversify their portfolio in all sorts of different ways, the online streaming space being one of them. I think I very much agree. Somebody put it earlier, every platform has an expiration date. You know, MySpace used to be all the rage back in the day. Facebook used to be the most popular site in the world.
That's true. MySpace.
YouTube is the most popular streaming thing, but that will change at some point. So finding whatever the next one is. I mean, look at a lot of the big streamers. What have they started to do? They've started to sell coffee or have other lines of revenue that are coming in because they're not getting the same monetization they once were. And I think they're worried about also YouTube snapping their fingers on them and them just disappearing. So I think there's like real concern to be had about that. But you can't also be like, well, I'm just going to give up. So I say keep streaming here if that suits you. But also find other places to go because this place will eventually have its expiration date. That's my take.
That's total facts, Primal. I respect you. and I think Flo is trying to be you. That's what's going down.
Well,
Oh,
thanks,
hey,
Primal.
nobody,
Thank you.
nobody be me. Be yourselves.
But what I'm trying to tell you,
No, I
it
wanna
doesn't
be Primal.
regardless if
Hold,
you
hold
like
on for just a
I
second,
want to be
because
Primal.
only because Primal's exiting. But thank you, Primal, for coming on and kickstarting this off with me. I appreciate you joining, and you're always welcome.
Yeah, appreciate everybody. Go if you want to connect, find my YouTubes, all the things, Primal Studies, all these places. So
I'll drop
appreciate
your
you.
link,
Thanks
Primal.
for holding this, and salute to everybody.
And thank you for being my hero.
Hey, somebody's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be right. And then W chat. The winner, the true winner is the chat. So thank
Chat
you.
always wins. We
Primal.
love you, Primal
Good to see ya.
Studies.
Primal is banging. Primal's banging.
I was gonna say about Flo's stream. It's my theory that I don't know if he agrees. I don't think he does, but that he got that strike because of somebody else that came on and bullied. He didn't bully anybody on that entire stream.
Why
There
you
wasn't anything on there that he
responsible for
said.
that, but he shouldn't be responsible. And you
Right.
Exactly.
I have to get
do
going
agree with
soon
that.
too.
Dawson, do you want to give your final thoughts?
Yes, everybody touch grass. If I were to meet someone, I'd meet David Donnelly, and we'd have a jam session, an epic jam session.
Oh, fun. With David Donnelly?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so exciting.
Everyone, it's also my birthday today too.
Oh, happy birthday, Dawson.
Kind of
Happy
insulty. Kind of insulty. That's what that is. Go on.
Shut up, Simon.
Yes, I
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dawson. Happy birthday to you.
Sarah's got a beautiful voice. That was
Yeah.
Sarah's amazing. Sarah's amazing.
I stood on top of the table at the bar and played AC/DC.
But soon, see what you don't understand, Sarah. See, if you like to have fun, and I'm into like a speedo. See, soon YouTube is going to deem the speedo sexual gratification. It can't be said. So there is no future here. But that's just the truth. I mean, you don't have to.
That's just your perspective. You need to.
No, it's not my perspective. You're a lame brain moron that doesn't see the truth, and you probably haven't had a large channel. Well,
Michelle, welcome to your show. Do you have? Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on. Simon, shut the fuck up. Michelle, do you have anything to add on? You jumped on.
What the fuck?
Oh, I'm here to throw a hammer if I need to.
Oh,
you could ignore
That's
me.
Simon.
Yeah, he's already irritating me. He's on thin ice.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Bye, Dawson. Have a wonderful rest of your birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
So that's what will be left. There will be no entertainment on YouTube because that is not allowed. That is deemed against the TOS. That is deemed sexual gratification.
That's the dude. Okay.
What do you want?
Why are you undressed?
I have my shirt off like men sometimes do. Do you have a problem with it?
Simon wouldn't understand that. He's a pussy.
God damn.
All right, that's it. This panel is officially shirts off, gentlemen.
Well,
get dressed, nigga. What's wrong with you?
Just talked yourself into the corner there real quick.
No, they're not a private platform. It's a publishing site.
You are attention seeking. What's wrong with you?
Not allowed. Since you are too stupid.
You're attention seeking.
Too stupid to survive.
You're attention seeking.
You're a fucking moron.
Why do you need to feel like you need to always like undress on YouTube? What's wrong with you, bro?
Yourself. You have never offered anything. I don't think you probably stream more than 100 people in your whole fucking life. People like you are the problem because you don't know what private and a publisher is. You don't know where you're at, you dummy.
Yeah, well, do you want to speak to your mother about that?
I'll speak to yours. You're a fucking loser. You're the people that lost. You lost the site. You lost the internet. It ain't my problem, baby. I'll still go to Kick. I'll still go to Rumble and get a fucking pump. You'll be left.
He want to act like he's some
You'll
sort
be
of
left
like
in
a
the
cartoon
area.
character
You're
or like
so fucking dumb.
something or like some
dumb, it
movie
hurts
like
my
you're an
head
Avenger. Like
that morons like you
you
exist.
don't look that built, bro.
Down,
You
sit
don't look
down
that
and
built.
shut
Like
up and learn something.
put a t-shirt on. What's wrong with that?
Don't
You know
worry
what I
about
mean?
it. You seem very attracted to me
You
not
seem to
having
feel
a
like you
shirt
got
on.
something
Like
to
you never
give.
seen
Like
a man without a
why?
shirt.
Why you
You're a
feel like you got
boy.
something to
You're
give?
nothing but a boy.
I know, like, at your age, like, you're dyeing your hair, right?
No,
You're
I'm
dyeing your-
not. That's
Yes,
more of a
you are, bro.
presumption
You're
'cause
dyeing your hair.
You're
Bro.
a loser. You're a rotter. Dorks like you control the sites and stereotypes. This is why I'm leaving. Now I'll rage quit.
You do it every day, like you
I'll
got.
be in touch with
You got
you.
problems, bro.
I'm leaving you
You got
too.
real problems.
That's my final radio transmission. Good luck to you all. Thank you.
Oh, Hormaxer, I'd rather
Yeah.
get rid of Simon than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should stay, Hormaxer. That was a fantastic rage out. Simon sucks, Hormaxer over Simon all day long. That was good shit.
I will look.
guys
See,
allow
just like that,
trolls to
just
control
like
it?
that, Hormaxer. He's gone. See, now you don't have to worry.
I don't see why they allow and they defend people that are vindictive. I mean, I have some real crazy ones, Sarah. I've had 60 deliveries. I've had multiple other things. And these people are the worst rot. They should not be allowed any form to interact with the creator, to have any power over a creator. They get off on it because they have no power in their life, is what I'm trying to tell you.
That's a good
you will
point.
see these people. When your channel goes from 2,000 to 3,000, you will see more of these people. I'm telling you, Sarah.
Have you
the
tried
pop-
not feeding them? You're feeding them right now, in all fairness.
But you know what, Felipe say? It doesn't matter. You could try to distance yourself from these people, not mention these people. They will stalk you for years on end. The only way is to take the law into your own hands in a roundabout way and maybe visit them. The police are not going to help you. YouTube is definitely not going to help you. If you can't give them a nice verbal talking to, at least, there is no help.
Well, all your trolls, if anybody's watching who's one of Hormaxer's trolls, feel free to troll Flow State.
Well, you don't want them.
Flow
Honestly,
State. Troll the fuck out of me. I ain't scared.
Yeah,
Flow State has nothing to lose at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe, so what I can do, Sarah, I'll get a juicier pump. I'll go to the YMCA. I'll re-enter a gym. I'll take my time cordially and reinvent myself with the same content. But I'm not going to build channels, Sarah, on a platform like YouTube where these people can control it and say, what happens if you build up a channel to 10,000? And then because they deem, oh, you're a little offensive, or you said X, Y, and Z. This is exactly how these people operate.
Well, I think you have to be mindful, right? So you have to be accountable to the, what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying that it's okay that the trolls go and report you in mass. I don't think that's right. And I know that's actually one of Andrew Wilson's rules. Like, the #1 rule is we don't report channels just because we're mad at them. So I think that's kind of like a piece of every content creator should have that rule, because we don't like it when it's done to us. Therefore, we shouldn't do it to them. But the viewers and chatters who are douchebags, they have nothing to lose. They have no channels to lose. They don't understand the hard work that goes into it, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, we have to be mindful, though, that YouTube has to play a political correctness style role.
No, they really
now,
don't.
We don't have to approve it. We don't have to agree with it. But what I'm saying is that we have to recognize, as a content creator, we agree to those terms. You sign it.
You believe that the United States, there's an element of the United States, Sarah, that being that you were in the U.S. military, that freedom of speech is one of the cornerstones of the civilization and what the country is founded on.
So I believe our freedom of speech is still limited to some degree, right? And by way of saying that, I mean, when we're like, if I were to walk in a coffee shop right now, and if I got down into a Speedo and, or lingerie in a private coffee shop, that coffee shop has the right to boot me out. right? They can say, you know what, that's not what we want for our patrons. That's not what we want for the people that come here, so on and so forth. So we're going to ask you to leave. They reserve the right to refuse service. YouTube has that right to
but they're a publisher. You're
service.
thinking they're a private entity.
Understood. But even a book publisher has the right to refuse. They choose who they want to publish, right?
I think to correct the record, you're right, Sarah, but I think Maxer, you're a little bit off on that. They are a platform having the protections of a publisher.
Yeah.
Meaning they're double dipping it, meaning they can't be held responsible for anything that's on their content, on their platform, but then they can try to control it and publish it by denying you to be able to put it on the public platform, which is something that they've been trying to rectify for a while. And we were talking about Tim Pool earlier, and to your point, Maxer, you're right. Tim Pool had some stuff that was up for 3 years, like you were warning Sarah about, and she found out kind of the hard way with her old intro.
Okay.
Tim Pool had something was up for like 2 or 3 years. It had been up, no problems, and all of a sudden they struck him. They put a strike on his account. So he's like, here I am he's got like the largest live watch party for years in a row.
Yeah.
They've only barely started to put him on the featured page now, finally. But he's like, he even told YouTube, he's like, I can't trust you. He's like, how am I supposed to know? You don't tell me, think something's fine for 3 years, and suddenly retroactively you can strike my account. I lose it all.
Yeah.
He's like, I have no choice but to take all my videos down right after I make them. And they're like, no, don't do that, because they're going to lose a lot of freaking money.
Yeah, well, my question to you is then, Annalise, why would a person that wants to build a channel, if a person as large as Tim Pool, for instance, and you want to say, if you want to build a channel that gets to 10,000, and anytime they could, what is the incentive? Are they that short-sighted that they can't see that? And maybe they are. Maybe they just can't think this way, that they can't see, hey, this person is not going to open or risk a channel, and when they get to 1,000 subs, they delete it because somebody doesn't like it or somebody deems it sexually offensive. It's a terribly dangerous thing to go along with. And what I'm trying to argue is that if your country is found, I don't care if you're a private company, if you are in the United States, they would be better suited to maybe be in Saudi Arabia, YouTube. I think they'd be very at home in like Iran under the mullahs, because that's the type of censorship.
I mean, power struggles like this, though, are universal throughout all of human history in every country. Always, it will never go away.
But at what end? I mean, they take you and they take me and they take 1,000 other.
Right,
people.
we're the little guys. We don't have shit for power in this relationship, but we can build a brand, right? And so I don't look at this as viewing a channel. I'm not building infrastructure here. That would be stupid. I'm building connections. I'm building viewers. It's a brand.
Yeah, but to take them where, though? Because if YouTube deleted you tomorrow,
there are content creators that keep getting channels deleted that just bounce, and they got 2,000-3,000 hardcore fans that will bounce with them.
Undead Chronic is a perfect example of that. He's on like his 15th channel now, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, but he has 40,000 people to follow him around.
It's like almost 60,000 now,
or whatever it is.
But yeah, I mean, but if you build a crowd,
and why did it bother him? Because he talks about some red pill. I mean, what exactly?
I don't know, and that's not
my point. The point is the method. The method is the point. Their method. They're building a brand. They're building an audience. The channel is just it's like the chip is just carrying the salsa, right?
Yeah.
The chip is just carrying the sauce.
That's fine, but I'm not going to sit here because YouTube has the audience. As you probably know, YouTube has the audience.
Hold on, Horace.
I'm not going to build a channel to 1,000 or 2,000 subs to have it deleted, so I have to rebuild it back. And then you got to hope, well, maybe I'll get 200 of those people.
Okay, but think of it like a business. Think of a business that fails, right?
Bad business model.
You start a business.
How much do you need to be soothed, though?
Sued? Well, I don't get sued. I just have my shit because of mass reporting for no reason. And they just go by it for no reason. I said, what?
You have to remember too that they have to be advertised. They get their money from advertising.
Stop. Excuse me,
they
honey.
do. I
understand what you're saying.
You have to be advertising friendly. That's where they get their money.
Yeah, but what you're allowing something that was intended to get away from corporatization and television That's why YouTube was created originally, before Google and their filthy, dysgenic claws, and they are darks too. Don't make no mistake; those are darks and rotters with power behind them. You want to go around with your commercialization? Are you so apt to have?
Well, that's the point of making money.
Your
That's what their
super,
business
you
model is
get your
built
money
on.
share from super
Right,
chats.
like,
I'm sure you don't make crapola from AdSense, so it's not.
Well,
They
my
do.
my AdSense is reasonable. Like it's dependable.
From
it's
ad
reliable.
revenue?
My ad revenue now is, I mean, it's still maybe like only 10% probably of what.
I mean,
my
like, do you have
odds are,
triple
but-
digit ad revenue?
Your ad
Uh,
revenue is.
I don't think I ever broke $20 a month in
Oh no, I
ad
definitely
revenue.
break more than that. Estimated ad revenue for the last 30 days, $127.
That's way
That's
better
not-
than mine.
But
That's
you
not
make
bad at
10
all.
times that on super chat, so
It's because Sarah's
Yeah,
got
ad revenue
boobies.
is not
Sarah's got boobies.
Well,
She's
I didn't
got
realize the
boobies.
algorithm factored that in.
To be honest,
Yeah,
to be
they
honest, I hand that credibility over to Andrew Wilson because I relaunched the Andrew Wilson interview. That one's up to like 14,000 views now.
Nice.
The ad revenue, because I took out all the cussing and all the stuff, like I
Ugh.
censored the crap out of it so
you
that I could
censored
get
the crap out of a debate. They make
no,
you
an interview. An
an
interview.
interview. So you had to censor the hell out of an interview with another human being. You got to think about the madness. that you're telling to.
But TV censors it too. So it's not like
Well, YouTube was designed originally, Sarah. The goal of YouTube
I
is to
understand
get
that,
away
but
from
but
TV.
if you have to play the game, okay?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
So
Thank you,
so for YouTube,
You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose at the end.
So my
then don't
original
play.
hold on a second. My original interview with him,
Wow.
before I think I let it sit out in the public for like 2 weeks, and it got like 7,000 views on it. No big deal. It still had ad revenue, but it was limited ad revenue, of course, because it had cuss words in it and whatever. So I took it, I cut it, I edited and censored it, and I threw it back out into the wilderness, and now it doubled in its viewership. But also now it has full ad revenue on it. So like you have to play the game.
Your super chats, though, Sarah, would pale still in your AdSense revenue. Okay, the AdSense, unless you're a very large channel, makes sense. Now, to your point there, specific down there, saying, "Well, don't play the game." Well, that's fine, and I guess I won't play it because you're in a losing scenario, and the people that you like to watch will all be gone. So
Well,
you're in
I
scenario.
hear what you're saying. I'm trying to be as charitable as possible. What you're saying is logical. Okay, it really is, and it's so hard to work your ass off to build a brand. To what Flow State was saying, I am a brand. I am the fucking channel. I'm the fucking talent, right? And so that is either good or bad based on that, right? But to Sarah's point is, if you understand, like you're trying to play baseball with football rules, dude. People are sick and tired of you tackling them with a freaking helmet, spearing them. You're playing
me?
baseball with football rules. Yeah, you're trying to. You're trying to.
People like you.
Does that
are
make
going
sense?
to
Does that
bend
make
the
sense?
knee. Well, yeah, you make sense, but you bend
Here's
the
the
knee.
point. Here's the point, though,
Because you bend the knee,
Hormaxer,
it's people
is
that know.
it's
You're
not
gonna
bending the
bend
knee.
or you're
It's
gonna
being
wind up
mindful
with the
and
worst
accountable to the
It's
worst.
already known. They've already won. See, you don't realize because the people just like your
I'm
mind.
okay with saying, okay,
That
let me
you
go
like
back
milk
and
toast content. Some people,
hold
Sarah,
on,
don't
hold
like
on,
milk toast content.
hold on, Hormaxer, hold on, just for a second. I am hearing you, and I understand you, and it sucks. Like this
She's talking to you like Grid One now.
This show alone, in and of itself, will have limited ad revenue because we started cussing and we're on different topics.
Why? Is that illegal? Is it illegal?
It's not illegal. It's not. Hold on. I
Control
still
yourself.
Drop it down. Give him the Grid One.
listen though. Like I understand it. I reckon. Like, but YouTube loves me because 90% of my revenue. Hold on.
They like you. They don't like you. You're
Let
in a
me-
very bad. I'm trying to tell you, your mindset is going to get you wasted down.
Let
the
me
line.
explain. No, but
Okay, don't
see,
believe me. You don't
YouTube makes 30%.
They don't give a fuck about you.
Off the cuff,
You're
right?
nothing.
So
You're
so
nothing to them. You're
Flo
nothing.
how did you get pushed back?
I dropped myself down so that you could give Hormaxer the full Grid One treatment that he obviously needs.
Wait,
Oh,
what is? What
I was
is
trying to
that?
lead by
okay.
example. You should drop us all down.
Okay. All right. Let me give you the full grid 1 treatment. All right. So what I'm
Okay.
trying to say is YouTube recognizes we're going to cuss, okay? So they offer 3 different pieces of ad revenue. So you get no ads, right? If you have like copyright issues or if it's completely absurd content that they don't approve of XYZ. You get limited ad revenue if there's cussing or controversial topics, or you have like a weird.
Very interesting. Controversial could be anything.
It very well is.
That will
right?
be.
If somebody
You
so
have
much
people,
is.
you have Sarah have issued in. See what you think you're doing is good. You have issued in a technological theocracy. You have allowed them to do what they do. I will speak for
Well,
my.
no, I
I
just
will
play
have
the
no part of it,
game.
and I will go to kick and rumble. So the guy saying, "Well, you complain," I said, "Well, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, it's me today, and it's going to be you tomorrow." And then when you realize that YouTube is not your effing friend, Sarah, because they're not. They don't care about your meanly 30% of your grand or 2,000 a month. It means nothing to them. But when enough people do decide to extricate from their filthy, diabolical site that is allowed to be run by trolls and dork maxes because they're dorks themselves, and consider the source. When you have dorks and rotters that are unphysically fit and not superior people, well, they will feel the need to more and more tighten the screws on you, honey. And when they do, Sarah, don't tell me I didn't tell you.
No, I hear you, and I hope they don't.
But they are. They're doing it as we speak. Every month, Sarah, tell me the reason. Tell me this, Sarah. Every month they come to you and they change every 4 or 5 months, and the TOS gets more restrictive. And then you're not allowed to say anything. Are you going to say, they're a private company? They're just wonderful people.
I have to recognize that if I don't play the game.
You're not an American. You know that? I think you would be
I am
more,
an American, and
no,
that's
you're not.
what
You're
makes me even more an
Ayatollah.
American.
You would support the Khomeini regime. You would be perfectly fit for Khomeini. You're not a freedom lover. You people that supposedly love your freedom, you're the most unfreedom loving people there are, honestly.
I love freedom, but I also recognize we
you don't.
reserve the right to refuse service.
To what, though? To what end? To what end? This is
okay. If you walked into a restaurant dressed like that right now, would you obtain service?
If I went in with pants and I had my
no, dress the way you are right now. If you walk
I have
into
my
a restaurant,
shirt off, Sarah.
I'm giving you a point. I'm giving you a point here.
No, you people are going to be very sorry.
I want you. Hormax.
It's irrelevant.
I want you to listen, though. I want you to listen.
Sarah, do you think a woman in lingerie is considered sexual gratification? Yes or no?
Depends.
It depends. Depends on what? The position?
Well, it depends on what she's doing and what the intention.
Just standing there. She has lingerie on.
But would she walk into a restaurant with lingerie on, and would it be acceptable?
Sarah, you people, this is why the West is lost. Gradually you're witnessing it. Sarah's mindset, she'd be perfect to go to a work camp. She'd be perfect to go to a work camp and serve them the way they are.
I would love, listen, I bartended for many years. I would love to allow women to walk into anywhere with just lingerie on. But
that's under swing clubs.
But we have to be mindful that there's a lot of snowflakes out there, Hormax.
I don't, but that's where you got it wrong.
There's people that get too easily offended.
You don't understand, Sarah, but you see what your problem is, honey, is that you don't understand when you let these people have the end and you say, we're going to be mindful. We're going to be mindful to these rotters and darks out there. Then you've opened the door to everything. Then they're going to control what you say, what you think, how you feel, what you wear is next, Sarah. And know what, Sarah? I think you're going to be happy to have it. As long as you get $10 a month.
But what I'm saying is, could you walk down the street in lingerie?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure, you could. I could walk
Yes.
off and have no
Yes.
shirt on and pants, and I could walk.
But
Nobody
if
would
you
be
try to walk into a retail store
Why would I do that? You're
or
opposing YouTube.
I'm not saying you would or wouldn't, but because
You believe in
YouTube is
freedom of speech,
considered,
you
it's
don't like freedom of speech, do you? You
I
don't like.
love
You know who
freedom
fought?
of
The only reason you have your internet today
Cormac.
is the pornographers. By the way, do you know that?
Cormac,
Do you know
Cormac,
that? Do you know that?
Cormac,
People you like to degrade so much, the pornographer, is the only
I
reason.
don't degrade them.
You have an
I
internet.
want you to hear me.
Shame on you people. Shame on you people. You
Cormac,
are on the
sir.
wrong side of history.
Listen, I am so sorry that this happened to you, and I wouldn't want it to happen to any content creator. And
Listen,
it sucks
I'm not
because
crying, I'm telling
I'm
you
not
the
saying you're.
reality.
I want you to hear me though. I'm not saying you're crying. What I'm saying is that I'm sorry it happened to you because it can't be fun. I wouldn't want to be in this position, and I wouldn't want any other content creator to be in this position either. And I hear your frustrations. And if you feel the need that you need to go to another platform, dashboard, whatever, then I fully support it. And I will be the first subscriber to that when you get it locked and loaded. And I will promote it, and I will let everybody know, because it's sad when content creators especially have to go through such things like this, because we work really hard to make this stuff. We work really hard to bring this to you, and then when people come in mass reporting, because they're a bunch of big babies, and we all know they're a bunch of big babies, and this is why we can't have nice things, right?
Okay, and
Okay.
I said that's fair enough, Sarah. Listen, I understand that like there's going to be in any other content, there's going to be that. But what I'm just going to do is, like I said, I'm just going to go to Kick and Rumble and just do it. I'm going to do my thing. I feel no need, at least, to stream on YouTube anymore, to put content on YouTube. Not that they don't.
Bro,
care.
just get in the airline and blast that sand right out of your vagina. Blast it right out. That's really the problem, I think, is you're chafing.
He's making a pearl. He's making a pearl. Oy vey.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your new business enterprise. Pearl pressing.
When the dorks and rotters take down your channel and you say, "Oh my God,
I've already been hit.
What happened? No, you defend an entity that doesn't give two fucks."
Thank
about
God we have William Wallace Maxer here to complain me to protection.
Well, at least there's somebody here telling you the way it is, because I don't think
I understand how it is. I've moved on.
well, maybe
I'm not still dwelling in my realization that the world's not fair. My pearl's not ready yet.
See how see, you're passive aggressive. You're the one with the sand up your pussy.
It's sarcasm.
They made my shirt, but they'll never take my royalties.
Passive aggressive.
Freedom.
All gone. I
Wallace
will
Maxer.
assure you, when you have all been deleted on YouTube for one reason, because YouTube doesn't deem you, I will have the alternative.
My last
I will
thought
consider it a badge of
War
honor.
Maxer warned me.
I'm leaving now. That's it.
We love you. We'll pray for you. We hope that things get better.
Shut up, Flo.
Airline. Just
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up,
Hi,
guys?
Jake. How are you?
Hi, Jake. How are you, honey?
Doing okay. I'm having like a little bit of a bad day.
So is War Maxer.
I had to break up a friendship. I had to break up a relationship, a business relationship, because the guy, another community that has been acting like it's like I found a community because of do you guys know who Stuttering John Melendez is?
Yes, from Howard Stern.
Crispy, help me.
Yeah, I got it.
They're all imploding right now because Stuttering John. By the way, Stuttering John's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, but by the way, how many White Claws are you on, Sarah?
My second and last, and they're the biggins too.
But
So
she'll
I'm-
still remember tonight tomorrow, so
Mm-hmm.
Do those get the job done?
I'm sorry.
not enough, guys. That's what I'm saying.
Why don't you
Board-
send me a
board
message?
commission.
Was I able to talk to Hormaxer?
You did so good. You were like charming that snake back in the bucket, and then I came up and I shat on it.
You shat all over it, and he laughed.
Hey, Flow State. Sorry about what happened on last time I talked to you, Flow State. I ended up threatening to send somebody after you.
Absolutely do not
Oh,
mind at
man.
all. I probably deserved it. I'll probably deserve it again in the future. So
I was going to go on his stream tonight and play an episode. I was going to show off some of my moves on.
Jake, he doesn't, or it's okay. He doesn't hold a grudge. It's all right. But yeah, that's probably not a good idea to do, though, just in general.
Yeah.
Let
Why don't
me
you
give a
message
quick
me
shout
about
out
it, okay?
to
Or
Chuck.
message me about your situation, honey.
Chuck in Tennessee comes in with a $5 saying, "Somebody get this boy a new diaper." Thank you, Chuck. We love you.
I
And
think that
he's
was
not
for-
referring to you, Jake. That was
that
for
was for
Hornmaxer.
Wallace Maxer.
Yeah, not you, Jake. That was
Or the guy.
So,
Or the
Jake,
guy.
what can we do to help chipper you up tonight?
Yeah.
You know what?
Get a little
You
airborne.
actually, yeah, Sarah, you actually made me happy when you were going after Hormaxer.
Well, I wasn't going after Hormaxer. I truly care about Hormaxer in all the weird ways, right? Because from one content creator to another, I would not want that to happen. When it happened to Flow State recently, and Flow State's been dealing with that, and that's
He has
not
a valid
easy.
complaint. He just needs
It
to
is a-
move it out of the complaints department.
Yeah.
Right. So
everyone
GS
thought I
had
was
a
being
good
hard on him, but I was being.
GS had a good
honest.
point saying let's move, but as a woman, we recognize like sometimes you just want to be upset. And listen,
That
imagine.
is such a woman trait.
But gentlemen, if I showed up on your panel saying I got fucking shut down tonight, what the fuck? You guys would sit there and let me bitch all night, would you not?
Flo
Let me put
might
it this
not
way.
let you.
I was maybe probably I don't know. Depends.
Well, I'll
on
say if
how
you were
the
sitting-
quality of the bitching was.
If
You
you were
would
if you were sitting in a
110%.
chair with your shirt off, yes, you would be able to bitch all night, and I would listen to you
Flo
bitch
would
all
give
night.
me a limit.
Exactly my point. So
I
we're
had a
gonna
bitch.
I'm not
do-
into
I don't
him,
know. You
though.
know.
Listen,
So when
I
did
respect. Hold
Sorry.
on for a second. I respect Hormaxer enough as a content creator to give him the time and the space to utilize that to that degree, because it sounded like he just wanted to be upset for the moment. And
You
we're
need
gonna
some
allow
chocolate
that.
ice cream.
If we had
A
a
good cry.
specific, like if this was Mod Monday and he came on the hot seat,
50
be a whole
Shades of
nother
Gay.
ball. It'd be a whole nother topic, and we'd be like, no, this is not the time or place.
Oh,
But
shit.
we have the room tonight, and it's a great talking point
It's
for
Throwdown
the topic.
Thursday.
Throwdown Thursday, understood. But
Throw down your
Is it?
fucking
but
Kleenex.
I'm
and
okay.
get a new
I
one
am
crying, dude.
okay. I am perfectly okay with that happening. And I'm okay with giving him the space to complain about something that is complainable. All right?
And I appreciate that because you're a nice buffer to me being abrasive. So like
You're just an asshole, Flo. But we still love you. But because I'm
I have
so
to- somebody
good at
has to do the
neutralizing
job.
that, yeah.
I try.
But
I
to
try.
Hormaxer, we love you, and I'm sorry that this happened. I really am, and it's no fun. No content creator deserves that. Mass reporting is bad. Reporting is bad in and of itself, unless it's validated. So yeah, to anybody that did that to him, you're probably a sad, lonely person. You should probably just go find something else to watch.
he's
In
not
any
the
event-
hero we wanted, but he's
Well-
the hero we needed.
Yeah, overall, I agree with your message, Sarah. But if his content is repeating things
His
20 fucking
content
times over and over
is
again, I'm glad it's gone.
probably his content is probably very questionable, and if they
I couldn't find
His
him.
name is
it-
questionable.
I couldn't find his channel.
That's exactly the problem.
well, he's under Street Maxer on his channel. His channel's
Alright.
under the Street Maxer.
By the way,
but
I was gonna say something. The
Go
real
ahead,
question
Jake.
is when did Neve from Catfish come in here?
No, that's not Neve from Catfish, honey. That's just Neve. Neve is somebody else, or just another content creator.
No, I'm
but
talking
that's
about
not-
Daniel. I'm talking about Daniel. The Daniel looks like Neve from Catfish.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he does.
What?
Oh yeah,
He
Yeah,
does,
one of the-
Jake.
Daniel has a
Good
way
call.
nicer
I
face
thought you were
than
talking
Neve.
about
Neve
me,
has
my
that
friend Neve.
that undisappointed look, right?
Right.
Neve can turn you to stone with the amount of unimpressed.
yes,
I'm full on not in costume tonight. Did you know?
I feel like I couldn't do anything to disappoint Daniel ever.
Right.
Daniel is your happy-go-lucky. Neef
Yes.
will let you know when she's either A, tired, B, bored, or 3, unimpressed.
I'm super impressed with his high kicks. That's
Thank
what I'm
you.
impressed
Those
with.
are pretty, and the splits, man.
The splits. I can do the
Daniel
splits,
actually
though,
does splits.
Sarah.
Maybe
Wait,
you could teach
wasn't he the one that
Hormaxer
dressed
how to
up-
keep his vagina sand free.
Was Daniel that dressed up like Spider-Man or something like a couple months back?
Power Ranger.
That's a Power Ranger, you
That's
dick.
it.
Actually, we
You
did.
intentionally dead heroed him.
Get it right,
That's kind of an upgrade.
We actually have Daniel in real
Yeah,
life
kind of.
tonight. There's no Power Ranger costume this evening, so we get him
Yeah.
as the Peter Parker style of things this evening.
Yeah.
So I'm actually surprised. I was expecting.
I can
a-
see
a
why you felt the
costume.
need to upgrade, though.
Well, what's funny is I was gonna go on Max's stream because he invited me, and
It's a
I
trap.
was gonna. Well, I was actually gonna show an episode on. I wanted to show an episode because nobody usually gets to because most people don't get. I work out with the show, so meaning I do whatever the stunt people or the martial artists on the show do. So I thought that'd be cool to show off
What
a bit.
show? What show?
Power Rangers.
Crispy,
Wait,
why don't you
they-
take his head off?
They're still making that? They still make that show?
No, it's been they ended it last year. But here, hold on, I'll do a split for you.
Oh,
Yeah, let me
okay.
do the kicks.
I'm sorry
Do
for
the kicks,
asking
Daniel.
that question, Sarah. Sorry for asking that
No,
question.
you're
No, honey,
totally
do it.
okay. Jake, you're totally okay.
Can we bring Simon back?
Simon.
Please don't.
Simon, come back. You can blame
Baby,
it on
come-
Unplug. He was nasty, and everything he said about you.
My favorite was
yeah.
Operation Overdrive. Mine was actually Operation. My favorite was actually Operation Overdrive. Power
I
Rangers.
love
Operation-
Overdrive.
Nerds.
Well,
I
Who
got
said that?
Dino Thunder Morpher here.
Dino
What's wrong
Morpher.
with you people?
Flo, are you gonna do splits for us now too?
no, I already kicked his head off. Watch.
Yeah.
Actually,
do your,
Well,
wake
hold
up your
up, hold up,
chakras
hold up,
again.
hold up, hold
You
up.
wake up your chakras.
Hold up. Are you wearing capris?
No, I'm wearing cargo shorts. I'm a 37-year-old man.
Let
I
me
wear
see.
cargo shorts
Let me
every
see
day of
that
my
again.
life.
Let me see that
Let's
again.
see.
Those
They look
like
like capris.
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I was
They
like,
did look
bro,
like
there's
capris.
a
Say, I don't
motherfucking
answer
capris.
questions, Flo. I don't answer questions. What are you doing?
Clam diggers.
What's wrong with those?
What the fuck is that?
They straight up look like capris. Am I wrong, Crispy?
They did. They looked like clam
I was
diggers
like,
to me too.
motherfucker.
Somebody said, GS, your turn. Dude, I'd freaking rip my hip. My hip would be out of my socket. I'd be like, my
Hey,
Oh.
No, I've just
Oh,
been sitting here
no,
so long that my
no.
pants has slid
Are
down
you
my
wearing?
ass.
Are you wearing Crocs?
Let's see. Are those Crocs?
Are they Crocs?
Me?
Oh, no, those are just bare feces.
Those are some giant
Hey,
toes.
GS, actually,
Clean feet though.
Yes, very clean.
by the way, GS looks like Mick Foley, an older Mick Foley.
Nick or Mick?
Mick Foley, the hardcore.
Kane?
legend.
Who the hell is Mick Foley?
He's a wrestler. Kane,
Uh,
right? Wasn't it Kane?
No. It was Mankind.
Oh, like Hacksaw.
Nick.
No, that's Hacksaw McNugget. Nick McNugget, whatever his name is. That's,
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
that's it. Yeah, that guy. No, who's
Mick
Mick
Cactus
Foley?
Cactus Jag, Dude Love. What's the
You
other
say
one?
Mick Foley?
Yeah.
Foley. All right.
He-
He better be handsome. I mean,
He's not.
he might be missing a chromosome, but I mean, I don't know.
That's what people say about me. is I'm Miss Chromosome.
I remember when that dude
I
jumped
thought my
into a
mic was
bed of
muted.
nails and his teeth came out of his nose.
Yeah. I also
Yeah,
remember,
Mick Foley's like an old school wrestler, and he
Yeah.
was crazy, crazy.
Oh, that part matches up because I'm pretty freaking.
Macho Man above all else.
Randy Savage, hell yeah.
I'm gonna go use the ladies' room. Listen,
Leave your
Michelle
mic
is in-
unmuted.
Shut up. Michelle is in charge while I step away. Don't fuck with Michelle. She will just remove you and call it a day. She don't
Yeah.
give two fucks.
I think Michelle's AI.
Hey,
prove me wrong.
Actually,
I wouldn't bother. I have no feelings.
Hey,
How dare you not feel anything about having feelings?
Michelle, give me my wrench back.
Fuck you.
Give me the wrench back. Give me
No.
my
You
wrench
used the
back.
power, Flo. You can't.
I
I
actually
did use the
remember
power.
Yeah,
You did.
it turned out somebody who gives us supers, you did not hold
Yeah, but he's
the
still a bitch.
best interest of the channel in mind and your modding capabilities and proven yourself unworthy. So no.
Yeah,
Michelle,
no, that's
aren't you a
absolutely true.
Chicagoan too, like me?
I'm still gonna bark up that tree. What? You got a mod? You got a wrench?
Who?
Do you have a wrench here?
Oh yeah.
What's your login?
Flo.
Put it backstage.
Daniel,
But
I will beat
Michelle,
you.
Hey,
How
Michelle,
dare you?
aren't you a
I
fellow
actually-
Chicagoan too, like me?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Aren't you a fellow Chicagoan like me?
Yes, I do. I am near Chicago.
That's
What
so
did-
cool. Yeah, I thought just wanted to mention because same here. I think that's cool. So
Just
that's
want to
that's
what?
I
Just
wanted
want to point out that you're in the area. You're available.
I've never had proper Chicago deep dish pizza. Has anyone
Because
else
deep
had?
dish is
It
gross.
is
Is it gross?
very. It is delicious.
It is
I
good.
don't know what's wrong with you.
Like, what
It-
would be
no.
your what's the classic to get? Just cheese.
It's either going to
sauce,
be
and
Illuminati's. Well, no, it's not what you get; it's where you get it. You can
Yeah.
get whatever the fuck you want.
like
on your pizza.
Portillo's. Get
Yeah.
Portillo's. It's so
I
good.
mean, that's really glorified lunchroom food.
But it's good.
It is good, but it's
like a
glorified
bread
lunchroom
casserole.
food.
Oh yeah, too much dough for you then.
I don't want all that dough. I want
Yeah,
cheese
it is
and
very
toppings.
rich.
Yeah, like a good straight New York style pizza.
If I want to eat at Panera, I'll eat at Panera.
That's a good point.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when Mick Foley actually got thrown off the cage?
Yes.
Or,
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
Are you a nerd too?
I mean, like,
I
Yes.
don't mean.
during
I'm
that
not
time-
casting shade. Nerds are awesome.
I mean, like, I was a kid during that time. My dad watched wrestling. I remember Mick Foley. So
Michelle gave me my mod powers back.
She better not have.
That is awesome. Yeah, he's like the best mod you have.
Thank you.
Not. He's
what I
too
heard.
emotional.
Hey, Sarah.
dare you.
Sarah knows better. Sarah
Sarah,
knows
look,
better than to believe your bullshit.
Did you guys know I made
You believe some of
Sarah
my
a song?
bullshit. You just don't know which of it.
Did you guys know I made Sarah a song?
Oh God. I bet we can't wait to hear that.
Do it, Daniel. Do it.
What? Oh, want me to suit up?
Do it,
Please.
please.
Well, you want me to suit up?
Yes,
Baby,
please.
come back.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I
Do
mean,
it to it. Michelle has spoken.
You can blame it all on
If you don't get suited up, Michelle will never let you back on this panel ever again.
That sounds like a threat.
Oh boy.
That is a legitimate threat.
I feel
Michelle
attacked.
Michelle knows. Like we own the we won't let
I
you on
order
kind of
you
concept, yeah. And if Michelle
strip.
says no, it's a no.
Huh.
I'm not even gonna ask to be mod. I'm not even gonna ask for that.
So have
If
you?
you asked
wouldn't
to be
if I were you.
modded,
You
you
saw
would
how
like
they
not
did
get
me.
modded.
So have
Yeah.
you guys talked? Have you guys seriously? And if this is not a topic you want to even think about, feel free to say skip.
Balls.
Have you guys talked about what's going on in North Carolina right now with the mudslides? And they're bulldozing entire towns, bodies and all. They're telling people they can't
Dude,
move
she hit
back.
you with the balls before you're done with the question.
Balls.
Oh, does that mean skip?
I don't know. I haven't heard about it because I don't pay attention to news.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. They're
Don't watch
basically
news.
the government's taking the land over and they're not letting people go back to it. It's the
Hey,
weirdest
what,
thing
what
ever.
about the hurricane? What about the
Well,
hurricane?
maybe for their
last week?
safety.
No, they're taking. Well, come to find out that there's mining. They're trying to do a lithium mine now. So now
Ooh.
there's like a whole bunch of dark swan projections that they're saying that they purposely NOAA created this whole
GS
storm.
needs to show up for Mod Monday's conspiracy
yes.
theorist concept.
The hot
yeah.
seat is
Bring your
open.
foil.
Well, I mean, I've got people that are right there on the scene reporting
Hey,
this, going to council meetings.
My mom's uncle's brother's dog's aunt's boyfriend's child.
Do you know who the rabbit? Do you know who the Benghazi rabbit is?
No.
He's got like a pretty
Wabbit.
big channel. Have
a
you ever heard
Wabbit.
of Sean?
It's a cool
Sean
name
Porter?
though.
Is it Hillary Clinton?
Well, it's a rabbit holding up Hillary Clinton's severed head. That's his icon.
By the way, if you don't get that reference, Hillary Clinton's the reason why we had the reason why we had the movie. If you need to watch the movie,
Dark
13
30.
hours. Actually, the movie 13 hours. The movie's called 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, and that is one of the reasons. And Hillary Clinton has something to do with that movie.
She's pretty hot though.
Hillary Clinton.
Ew.
Like, Jake, of all the first ladies, in what order?
Flow State, shut the fuck up.
Flow State, shut up. Flow State, if I come with a breathalyzer, would you do all zeros?
I thought you were gonna ask me if he would blow you.
Is that good or bad?
I swear, I thought you were gonna ask me if you would.
Do not come to my house expecting to be blown. But my question is it good or bad that I would completely pass that?
It'd be good because you wouldn't be drunk.
Well, I'm not drunk. I haven't been drunk in like a decade.
Have you been? Or do you drink, Jake? Or have you ever been drunk?
I don't drink. I've been sober. For
Ambien
4
is
years.
cheaper.
I've been sober for 4 years because of.
Oh.
I lost my
Okay,
dad
good for
because of the
you.
bottle. I lost my dad because of the bottle.
Yeah, I remember you said that. I'm sorry about that, honey.
It's his birthday is coming up, and I'm not
Crispy.
October 30th.
Yeah.
We lost him on February 7th, but his birthday is October 30th. But
I remember you said that. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll have to celebrate his life that day and not be sad. Okay?
we already have something we have to do on that day. We have on the 31st we have to do the next day we have
so
to
good.
do Mel Pandora's thing.
Yeah.
He's wearing his Power Rangers.
Arabian
He's so good.
Nights.
Oh, shut up, Flo.
Shut up.
I have to sing so I'm not mean.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're not supposed to sing, just break out into song on panel. That's one of your rules.
I know. That's how much stress my niceness is under right now.
That's how much. That's how much. That's how much. I need for your love.
I love it when they do what I
can't
tell
block
them
me.
to.
You don't have your wrench anymore, do you? Oh.
No.
I can now.
Oh,
You
yeah.
cannot abuse the power.
Fair.
Don't fuck with me.
Oh no, I would never. I'm a happily married man.
No, Joe, I generally do object to all random musical expressions on panels. But desperate time.
What series is this from?
Season 3 and the movie, the Ninja suit.
I'm asking what series because there's a lot of Power Ranger series.
Mighty Morphin, Season 3.
Do you make them or are they custom made for you? Can you tell me about your
I made
costumes?
this.
You're so awesome. I love it.
You are awesome with your seamstress, but I'm. What's the over under in Las Vegas that you're a virgin? Or is that? Yeah.
Do they have skunking in Vegas? Is that a thing?
I mean, it's cool if you are, dude, because I think that's an awesome thing.
No, I'm not.
I'm
not. Well, I don't get the correlation between dressing up, but it's. No,
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, those cosplay girls are kinky.
Yeah.
Do you go?
Which Ranger did you bang?
Do you go to Comic-Con?
I do.
Have you ever been in an orgy with all of the Rangers?
No, but
That'd be fun, right?
yeah.
It's funny how Flo. You ever see what is that cop show where he's like, have you ever discharged your firearm while it's flying through the air sideways? He's like, no, I've never.
Hey,
what was it? What was the name of that
Me too.
freaking one? The same
don't think
people that
I've
were in
seen it.
Shaun of the Dead did that one. What was the name of
Oh.
it? You don't know.
Do you like movies
Hot
about
Fuzz.
gladiators?
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, Hot Fuzz. Have you ever
Do
discharged
you
your
like movies
firearm?
about gladiators? Remember Airplane? I was quoting the Airplane. Anyone remember that? Like, Jimmy, do you like movies about gladiators? No. Has anyone seen Airplane here or no?
I don't know.
Yes, I've seen Airplane.
Okay, good. Someone gets my reference. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Hey, Crispy. Can
Yes, honey.
I show you
Duck
something?
Pop.
By the way, I have a little something. I usually don't pull this out. I don't pull that.
I usually don't whip it out, but
I've been working on your Chris Hansen.
You've got to compete with White Ranger over here, so pull it out
your Chris
aggressively.
Hansen
Whip it
thing.
out.
Your Chris Hansen dream, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The thing is, it is, and the thing is, it's, a lot of people think, oh, why you want to meet Chris Hansen? Chuck in Tennessee, $10.
That's right, Chuck in Tennessee.
For who though,
$10.
Chuck? Move the comment.
This message is sponsored in part by
move the comment.
Sweet baby Jesus.
This message is sponsored in part by
Chuck in Tennessee.
Thank you, Chuck, for doing what we all wanted to see happen. We love you.
And getting us slightly aroused before dropping us back into this shit.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta go.
Randomly goes into avatar mode.
There's nothing I wanted more right now.
Well, thanks for letting me leave on that note, Chuck. You're a hero. You're doing an excellent service to this
Real
channel.
American hero.
Real American, real man of genius. This is you, nacho cheese guy, for putting nacho cheese on the chip that gets the salsa in the vehicle. How did you say that, Flo?
I don't remember, but it was good.
It just moves the salsa.
That was
It's
like
the
a
chip that
proverb
moves
or
the
something.
salsa. Yeah. He who goes to bed with itchy butt awakens with stinky fingers.
Nice to meet you, GS. Nice to meet you, GS.
Yep. Pleasure, guys. Remember,
night, GS.
Shakira, these hips don't lie. Michelle, always a pleasure. Sarah, thanks for having me up. Crispy, always
Yes.
a pleasure. And Jake,
Always,
nice to meet you.
always,
Daniel,
GS.
listen, man, you're awesome, dude. Seriously, keep chasing your dream. Flo, good on you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's getting
out.
we're gonna make his dream happen. His dream is to meet Chris Hansen, so we're gonna make that happen.
Who's this?
Yeah.
It's Jake's
Here,
dream.
I know how to get you a shortcut.
I mod for Chris Hansen. Is that what you're
Wait
gonna
a
say?
minute. Another $10.
No, I was gonna say.
This message is sponsored in part by
Check it
This message is sponsored in part by
Tomato, fierce and red, juicy curves, fire ahead.
This message is sponsored in part by.
Oh, what is your idea, Flow State?
About what?
About
So you need to make a Facebook account and go into chat rooms.
No.
Like things
I'm
about I don't
not-
know Tamagotchi or whatever the fuck kids are
I
into.
am not
Jake,
doing
do
that.
not listen to his. Don't take his advice. I
Because
promise
that's
that
you
won't
wouldn't
get you any
be-
closer.
Who's had better luck at luring authorities, me or Crispy?
I don't. Jake, what do you think?
They never came to your house looking for you, did they?
To you,
No.
Chuck, I
don't want to be the
played.
authorities.
Hold on a second. For Chuck, I played the girls for you, but I threw in an extra little one for the ladies because they get the free ladies' night.
Thanks,
Okay?
Chuck.
Yeah.
By the way, that you're gonna get me in trouble, Flow State.
You're right.
Don't
Yep.
get him in trouble.
But the thing is, Chris Hansen also does interview. He does have a podcast. Where
Yep.
he talks, and also he was also on an episode of the Beverly. Dang it, the behavioral panel.
Yes, he was. Mm-hmm.
FYI, we're gonna go for about 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap this one up.
Yeah,
like a
Mel's
little
almost
present.
is going. Mel will be live in a few minutes.
I thought that you had a song you wrote for Sarah.
Sarah, you want to play that?
I do.
He wrote me a song too.
I
So
got her.
I'm gonna send it. to you.
Then that cheapens all the songs because he's just a hoe.
No, nope. It's very special. He does them only
I-
for
I-
his
I-
favorite people.
I actually also I have a bunch of songs that I've been doing lately, and I do them because I love doing it. It also helps me with my autism and music. Sarah,
Music makes
Sarah.
you lose control.
On the
Oh,
spectrum.
darn it! Hey, by the way, do you know that people don't like bangs?
Don't
Yeah,
like what?
Bangs.
Like the
Bangs?
hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. People love bangs.
No, people
That's the
generally.
all-American hairstyle. What's wrong with you?
No, we don't. No, bangs are. No, not necessarily.
Why are you putting a picture? By the way, happy wedding anniversary
'Cause I'm
to Barack
patriotic.
Obama. By the way, happy wedding anniversary
They
to
can't hear you.
Barack and Michelle Obama.
Oh yeah, that Sarah. Yeah,
Hmm?
he said happy anniversary.
To Mike and Barry.
Oh, I thought he said to Sarah and Michelle.
I put some in the private chat for that you can use for my
Is
outro.
it
It's cool.
you log in for so I can use your wrench on people?
No.
No,
That's right on.
Daniel, don't listen to Flow State.
I get that. No, I actually like Flo. He and I, we agree on a lot. Actually, he just
We have good rapport.
Yeah, he just and you're not. Here's the thing, Flo. Too. I'll give you this. You're not entirely wrong on why I like the show and why I dress up. It's just an escape from my sometimes very depressing life. You know,
That's what we all do here.
Yeah, and like it's a nice escape because sometimes it hits worse than the other. Like some days are worse than the others, especially recent. But yeah, it comes and goes. You just gotta take it with.
Sarah, you want me to find that song for you?
I got it. I found it.
And some episodes help me through it, if that makes sense. Like I worked the anger out through it. Like if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just interesting hearing people admit it, right? Like I don't know.
Yeah, and like, but here's the thing too.
It's like you're starkly, or you're not unaware of, you're not detached or delusional about things at all.
Here is,
Which I guess I just would have expected out of people who dress up like Power Rangers, but everyone has their weird things. I'm wearing capris. I've luckily convinced everybody that I'm not wearing
Shut
capris.
up,
Tomatoes, she's like 3 nights a week. Come and grab yourself a beer, bringing us the news with laughter and never any hate. In the manosphere, she's breaking through, keeping things first rate. She's the neutral ground, the moderator queen, bridging all the gaps, keeping it light and clean from Monday to Saturday, 9:15 EST. She's got the world laughing, come and join the spree. Sarah, the world laughing, come and join the spree. Sarah, the raging tomato, bringing smiles,
photo they used for you?
comedy and news, let the laughter overflow.
You like the photo they used for
Controversy here,
so cute.
just a barrel full of fun. With Sarah, every night feels like a day's just begun.
I got so many.
Got a funny clip,
songs
come
on there.
on, share it with the crew. She'll throw it in the mix and make the night brand new. Collaborating everywhere, she's building lasting ties between different worlds with laughter in her eyes. She's the neutral ground,
you got
the
somebody.
moderator queen, bridging all the gaps, keeping it light and clean from Monday to Saturday, 9:15 EST. She's got the world laughing, come and join the spree. Sarah, the world laughing, come and join the spree. Sarah, the raging tomato, bringing smiles, never low. Comedy and news, let the laughter overflow. No controversy here, just a barrel full of fun. With Sarah, every night feels like the day's just begun. Sarah, every night feels like the day's just begun.
Woo!
That was so good, Jake.
I'm just like, and the thing is, I did that. I had to upload your song.
You sound like a robot.
Oh, sorry. Can I hear you?
You're starting to bubble up.
Oh my god, damn it.
You're okay.
Yeah, I think it's. Hey, actually, right now I'm actually a little bit tired, and I don't think I'm going to be making most panel tonight.
Yeah, we're about finished, honey. So it's
Yeah.
okay. Probably perfect timing then, huh?
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like, it's, I was actually came up here too. I thought because I Hormaxer or that guy that bona fide stripper. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to come up.
Yeah.
Crackle, 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 crackle.
It is
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah, your
Sorry,
audio is
We
really bad.
understand what you're saying, though. We get
Yeah.
you through the spirit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you, Flo.
It's so funny, Flo, that the last time I saw you on panel, I threatened to call Stormy after you.
Uh-oh. You why? What did you do to Jake?
I
Flo?
didn't. I
Why?
don't remember
Why did he
even.
threaten you? Why did he threaten
Why?
you?
Wait a second. I got threatened, and you're accusing me.
Yes, because Jake would never threaten you if you didn't do something just
Jake
god
threatened
awful.
her.
What you're saying really funny is it was you plus Captain Kurt.
Captain
What happened?
Mr. Spock.
But the thing is, Mel. By the way, that panel we can't even watch because she privated because I mentioned Kurt's place of business on that episode.
Oh.
It was already lit.
You're a total tard, Flo.
I know. You haven't even
Although
heard
he
my
does
song
have
yet.
a lighter, though. I mean, that's at least a lighter that you can find, not one that you
Definitely
would
can
lose.
find it. You wouldn't lose that in your front pocket. That's
No, like me, like having to light. If anytime I want to smoke a cigarette, I have to light it on my toaster or something. I never can find a lighter, so which is good because like I quit smoking. But every now and again I cheat.
Well, good shit.
All right,
Good shit.
let's go to final thoughts because our views have dropped
I'll
significantly.
go last so that I can complain. I haven't gotten a chance to complain yet tonight.
Oh, Flo, you need a tip to suck.
I'll wait till I want
Oh.
to take up all the attention. I want the full grid one, the full Hormaxer.
Oh, hold on. Pardon me, everybody.
Actually, all the women can stay.
Flo, let's.
All the women can stay.
Flo, talk to me. What's going on?
I want the
bothers
whole
you?
harem. Not gonna say no.
No, the ladies. Michelle threw herself back on. Michelle, stop it. I will.
All right, angels.
Now we have. Oh, hello, Charlie.
I've tricked you guys here today by acting like whiny little crybaby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any missions for you. You're doing good.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. Give me my
He
wrench
really
back.
did just want attention, huh?
Yeah.
He does
Okay.
just want attention, as
He
always.
just wanted to say he was on a panel full of ladies because that's the only
Mhm.
time and opportunity that he'll get.
Yeah, he is saying that we're Charlie's angels.
I caught that.
You know, I'm a flow hoe.
He doesn't think we're angels at all.
No.
I know.
And Hormaxer was right a little bit about you. You're definitely an authoritarian. Both the whole top row here is pretty authoritarian.
Yeah.
Are you complaining, Flo?
No, I wouldn't dare.
If you respect my authority, I'm like so nice to you, though.
That's even worse.
Oh.
So good.
All right, Flo.
Okay. Thank you for having me up. Salute to the chat. Subscribe to me if you're not subscribed to me. Tip your bartenders and your hosts, and go Power Rangers.
Go Power Rangers. Very good, Flo.
All right, Daniel.
What a
your
salesman.
turn. Final thoughts to you.
Well, Sarah, thank you for having me on briefly. I'm sorry I was a little quiet. I'll try and talk more next time. But if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And actually, Sarah, you might want to play the link I put in the private chat. That's kind of a little promotion for me if you want.
We have a
I will do that.
Endorsement. Hold on, let me see how
I
long
got
it
it,
is.
Sarah.
It's not. It's only a minute.
Oh. Okay, hold on. I got a pad for a second. All right. All right, stand by.
That'll be my outro. But thank you for having me on, Sarah.
Hold on. No, you got to sit through the whole fucking thing now.
That's fine. I love it.
Stand by.
I linked it for you, Daniel.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Crispy.
You're welcome.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. We're going to put this on. There we go. Okay. Oh, shit. We decided to have a lag. Yep, it decided to lag on yours. It played a whole full fucking song with no problems, but on this,
But on this one, it's lagging.
That's
it's
weird.
like, no, let's think about it.
Want me to try Mario Lopez one? That's really short. Oh,
No,
there we go.
We're gonna bear with it.
Oh, that's fine.
I guess I could get rid of all my other tabs.
Instead of
Oh,
go
does that
Power
work?
Rangers, it's like no Power Rangers.
No Power Rangers.
I just start pressing buttons. I have no idea. Does that work if you get rid of your other tabs?
Sometimes it helps.
Hi, I'm Patrick Sutherland. And I'm Nikita Maurice, and we want you to subscribe to Romano Productions. Hey guys, it's me, Karen Ashley. You know me as Aisha, the Yellow Power Ranger. Please subscribe and follow Romano Productions. One of my OG Power Ranger friends. I literally met him at the first Comic-Con I have ever done. And like 17 years later, we're still friends. We're still here. He's still creating amazing fan favorite content. So be sure to like and subscribe.
Everybody, it's Jason from It's Time for Us. I want you guys to go check out my boy Daniel on his YouTube page. Check it out. He's the man.
Hi, I'm Katrina Devine. Please subscribe to Daniel Romano's YouTube channel.
Hey, this is James. I played Mac, the Red Ranger, in Operation Overdrive. Subscribe to Romano Productions.
Hi guys, it's Hunter Diener here, your Red Cosmic Fury Ranger. I'm here to tell you to watch Romano Productions and to like and subscribe.
That's very cute.
Very
cute, Daniel.
Say goodbye to everyone, Daniel.
Bye, everybody. And thank you again for having me on, Sarah.
Absolutely. See you next round.
Thank you, Sarah. I don't have anything. I just thank you for having me. I
No,
appreciate
this
it.
This is just the ladies' power hour now. We're definitely shutting down.
Oh, shit.
Oh man.
Relax.
Well, you never know how these nights are going to turn out, and that was kind of like what I was saying to Primal Studies earlier, was like, you take your wins with your losses. And certainly we didn't have like a power showing in terms of our view counts or whatever, which is fine, but we all had fun, right?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
and
It was entertaining.
And Hormaxer got to come on and have his words, and there were some new names in the chat tonight as well, so we take that as a win too. But overall, I think it was like, they're just fun shows. It's just fun. We always know Thursday nights are kind of like weird primetime hours.
Yeah,
for us.
I mean, I think, I saw some new people in here tonight, so I thought it was good. I mean, you are kind of the Hormaxer whisperer. I mean, I said like one thing, and he was like, "You're being lied to." I don't think that YouTube corporate lied to me, but I don't know.
You just
Not
gotta,
on Twitter.
You have to start it with a compliment. Tell him that you're listening.
Yes.
And he settles down eventually.
Now he's all yours, Sarah. Like, I would never step in the middle of that.
But to think, like, literally, the whole channel was named because he was mad at me one day, and he's like, "You're turning red like a tomato. You're a fucking tomato. You're
Does
the
he know
raging
that?
tomato."
Does he know that you?
I don't know if he realizes like that we owned that troll, but my first interactions with him were definitely not good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, make sure you tell him that he'll like be pleased as punch.
I'm saving that for like when I really need like a full ego boost for him.
Yeah.
When I really
Probably a
need
good
to
idea.
calm him. Yeah, that's the big power move, right?
That is a power move.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning all kinds of things, Sarah.
A power move may not necessarily be deemed as like you're empowering yourself. It may look submissive.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're really not necessarily being submissive. You're just giving them the appeal that you are.
That's what I think I had that all mixed up. I think that the submissive and the dominating one, I think I had that completely reversed. Am I right?
Maybe.
No, I mean, I think like, isn't it like what? It's opposite of what you think of what the...
A full female power move is to make them feel, and you're being submissive. You're giving them exactly what they want, but in return, you're getting what you want too.
But you're in control.
But you're in control, even though you don't
influence.
appear. You don't appear in control. That's the trick of the trade.
I see. Yeah. See, I think I had that all mixed up.
Yeah, you can't. And especially if it's public, right? Like especially men in this space, they need to believe 110% that they're fully in control. So you just let them believe that they have the reins, and you give the reins over.
Did you hear her? It was like, Hormaxer, I totally understand. And you are anybody could see that you are absolutely right.
Yeah. And he like melted with me. He was like, you're a lie, like you're full of you're what's wrong with your family.
But you still have to be sincere and genuine, right? I sincerely and genuinely will allow them the space to feel the way they need to feel and be what they need to be. You have to allow them the space and grant them that, knowing that it's a long-term investment, right? In short term, they may feel like they're in control right now, and they may appear publicly to have control, but long term, you have to look at the long-term gain. Hormaxer still shows up, and we love him for it.
Right. And I guess YouTube is, I don't know what YouTube is doing to him, but this might be the only time we see Hormaxer is when he shows up here, right? If his channel
for a while, if his channel doesn't get rebooted, and that's sad. And listen, to people out there in the Ethernet, don't mass report channels. Don't do that kind of shit. Like, that's distasteful, and it ruins people and the things that they actually love doing. And think about it. Think about the positive here. If the Hormaxer is not on YouTube streaming to his people, he's out there doing other things.
Right.
Do you really want him doing the other things?
No, we don't.
Listen, it was a positive net for him to be on YouTube.
I agree.
For all involved.
I don't get why people people do that, but I promise you though that YouTube changed the policy on the mass reporting though. So, but if you get 3 of those strikes within 90 days, then they'll take your channel. So and that doesn't take a lot, that just takes a few people that, are irritated. But I don't know I don't know how you would know if somebody mass reported you,
I don't know. And it sucks because you're not allowed to be pinpointed in the right direction, so that you can be like, oh, well, look, if those people that are mass reporting are also blocked from my channel for good reason, or whatever the case may be. So
yeah, they don't tell you anything, and they'll send, and they'll they have something that they're mad about that they don't like, and then they don't tell you, or they don't even give you the video back so that you can look through it.
Right. And Neo Prototype says, Crispy Treat, it's because he gets followed by trolls. They have declared they're going to continue doing it. They've said it is their goal. They follow him to panels and spam chat to get him booted. And that, I think, that's poor.
Probably possible, yeah.
I think that's poor interaction. And it's like, you're not a good viewer, engager, chatter, or anything of the such if you're doing things like that. Like, nobody wants people like that around.
There's 10 million uploads per day. Like, find something
Seriously.
else you
Yeah,
like.
find someone
if
else
you
to
don't like
watch.
somebody, move
Go
on.
find someone you do. Yeah,
Yeah, there's other
absolutely.
people that do enjoy them. So just, move past that. I don't understand what people are so, why they're so hateful like that.
Yeah, and that's
move
why
on.
I do agree with Hormaxer in that aspect of like, that's not right. You know, I don't think mass reporting or even like pushing for one and things like that, it's just like, what good are you doing? So you got somebody canceled on YouTube. Congratulations. Nobody likes you for it. No content. And if any content creator interacts with you and finds out that you're part of a bandwagon that does that, we don't want you here. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I know why that is, why he's getting reported, and it doesn't have anything to do with his stream. So,
well, he does make content that is slightly controversial to that. So I can understand why there would be some reasons why it would be. But still, at the end of the day, it's like, if you don't like it, just fucking move on. You know?
Yeah, exactly. There's 10 million uploads per day. There's another content creator that's for you. A family-friendly one.
Right. If you want the family-friendly, go find that shit. Well, I think this deserves a Hormaxer outro. What do you think?
I think that would be great.
Well, say goodbye
What do
to
you think,
everyone,
Michelle?
Christy. Oh, Michelle backed out already.
She already
She's
gone.
bumped out.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, glanced down for a second. Michelle bounced.
That's how she rolls, and I like her for that even more.
Yes.
So say goodbye to everybody, Crispy.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good night, everyone. And we will see you Saturday night for Sip and Stream. And then we will see you Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the Undead Chronic and Andrew Wilson debate. And then Mod Monday we have scheduled for conspiracy theories. So be sure you're tuned in. Otherwise, fuck off.
If you thought this show sucked, well, you could have been watching something like this instead.
All right, I'm gonna get low with it, Michelle. I'm gonna get low there. Oh, oh yeah, right there. Okay, people. Oh yeah.
Listen up, I got a tale to tell about a sexy tomato with a fury from hell. All the other folks.
She's not the best looking woman, but she's very into submission. Really into it. So is the husband, which I like. He likes there to sit there and watch her get dominated.
Mr. Shaco!
She's got seeds of anger simmering inside. One wrong move and she'll take you for a ride. She'll throw shade with her skin so red. Protectors like a flame burning through your head.
And swinger syndrome is people that think that they're
little sister, what's your Bible word? I go nowhere. Hey, little sister, who's your beautiful man? Hey, little sister, I go.